in that game. I guess what matters is Cowboys lose 27-20. Now you can look at that as a good thing or a not good thing. I choose to look at it as a good thing. Here's why. It made me laugh. And when you are a joke team, jokes should make me laugh. And the Cowboys, as of now, are a joke. There's no way around it. What happened last night to end that Cowboys game, do you think that's ever happened to the Kansas City Chiefs in the Mahomes era? Of course not. It would never happen to them. Do you think that something like that would ever happen to Tom Brady and the Patriots? No. That only happens to clown teams. Clown things happen to clown teams. And as unfortunate as it may be to a lot of you out there in the audience, the Dallas Cowboys are a clown team. They hung around with you know what? I got to give them credit. I'll give the clowns a little credit. They hung around defensively with the best offense in the league. They made Joe Burrow look sort of mortal.
He was struggling a little bit.
But at the end of the day, they found a way to clown it off. And it takes a special kind of team to be able to do that. I had to wake up extra early and watch some replays and highlights. I watched SportsCenter after the game last night, which it gives you the best breakdown. Oh, yeah. But my notes were different than I would normally have for a Cowboys game because I only watched the Simpsons broadcast last night.
Oh, you did?
I watched the whole Simpsons broadcast. I didn't hear Troy and Joe. I didn't hear them say a word.
Wow.
I didn't watch Eli and Peyton. I watched Mina Kimes and Dan Orlovsky and that other guy. I don't know what his name is. I forget the third guy. But they were Simpsonized, and they called the Simpsons game, and it was a lot of fun. So in the game that I watched, Jamar Chase didn't score the game-winning touchdown. Lisa Simpson did. Yeah. Bart was quarterbacking.
Yeah.
He was in for Joe Burrow. Bart got it out to Lisa in the flat. She missed it. She forced a missed tackle and then zoomed down the sideline. Fire came out of her shoes, and she scored the touchdown. And so while you guys were like, oh, wow, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, my Simpsons fantasy league, I got a lot of points because I had Lisa in that game-winning drive. So I had to rewatch to make sure. They kind of gave you a good feel for who was doing what. Like, they'd be like, Lisa in for Jamar Chase, and they would only bring in Simpsons characters into the game when something big was going to happen. So you could really kind of tell when the big plays were coming. So the broadcast was about, I'd say, 60 to 90 seconds behind real time. Okay. And which is really kind of impressive when you think about it. They were able to, create this animated remake of the game
right
in that quick of a time. Technology's terrifying.
Yeah.
But when there was going to be a big play, they would take out the key players and put in Simpsons characters. And for instance, Ralph Wiggum caught a touchdown early in the game. He was in for T. Higgins, and Ralph caught it. It smells like burning. And then they did when the Bengals, when they fumbled They ended up calling it not a fumble. They brought it back to him, but they had Millhouse in. So Bart got it to Millhouse, and he caught it and fumbled, and he walked off all sad. And then they were like, no, it turns out Millhouse did not fumble. It was so fun.
Yeah.
It was so much more fun than watching the real game.
You got to make the Cowboy, I guess you can say somebody knew the Cowboys were going to lose, so might as well just make fun of it.
Well, like I said, man, the only reason that game happened last night, the only reason they kept it in Monday Night Football and didn't flex it out was because they had already decided to Simpsonize that game.
Yeah.
So I think it was a success. I'm sure they'll never do it again, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
I had a good time with it. They had Simpsons trivia during the commercial breaks instead of regular commercials, so I didn't have to see regular commercials. It was good, man. I like that. But the Cowboys, again, once I watched it in real life, I watched all it's different when you see the real players screw it up. And the Cowboys bungled this game in a way that I don't even know. There's a lot of like the Leon Lett discussion about when and I remember that when the snow game in Dallas on Thanksgiving when they blocked the field goal and they were like, don't touch it, and he slid into it.
Yeah.
Well, but the good thing is at the end of that, it didn't really matter because the Cowboys won the Super Bowl that year. I can assure you with 100% certainty the Cowboys are not going to win the Super Bowl this year. So it will not be easy to forget. No. I'll never say his name right. Aruarie, the guy who muffed it.
Yeah.
Aruarie. Yeah.
Yeah, just, I don't know, call him by his initials.
That's what McCarthy calls him, A.O. Amani Aruarie.
Yeah,
Aruarie.
Yeah, even if I'm looking at it, I can't say it.
A.O. We'll just call him A.O. That's what Coach McCarthy called him, A.O. I'm going to call him A.O. But
not disrespect to his name, just quicker.
No, yeah, I don't want to blow it. That's all.
Yeah, there you go.
And honestly, right now he should be in hiding anyway. So I'm helping him out. Like maybe people didn't know who did it. Maybe people are waking up thinking it was Leon Lett all over again.
Yeah, no.
But it was A.O. who I'm not really sure why he tried to get the ball. I guess he thought he could make a play, but and I'll be honest, and Jerry Jones, sometimes Jerry Jones says some crazy things, but he said, I wonder if we would have been better off letting them kick it and letting the ball go to us, and he's probably right.
Yeah,
they would have been better off on just setting up a punt return and trying to get into field goal range. But they don't, and the Bengals recover, and it was 2 or 3 plays later, 40 yards, Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase, or Bart Simpson to Lisa Simpson, depending on which broadcast you were watching. Lisa Simpson was certainly the MVP of the game that I watched.
Wow.
But the Cowboys fail once again. We will discuss that game in depth. We'll talk about, I guess we should talk about some of the positives of it, but we'll mostly dwell on the fact that they're an absolute clown show. Good morning to everybody out there on the Brigade Bar. Good morning to Greg and Fred and Gilbert and Eric. Good to have you guys in with us. Again, no Rob Thompson as he is renovating his house once again, turning it into even more of a palace than it already is. So we will fight through without him. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We're still showing delays on 35 southbound Thousand Oaks to Randolph Boulevard. That's due to road work in the area. It's got the roadway reduced to 1 lane, so about a 10-minute delay has you slow from Tupperwine. On 35 northbound, the off-ramp to Tupperwine, road work blocks the exit ramp. Northbound 35 FM 1103, that stall now off to the shoulder, and another stall at 1604 southbound, the off-ramp to Calabria, partially blocked. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out at 210-785-2601. 1. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Davis Law Firm.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, Austin, San Antonio. 444-4444. Attorney consultation by appointment only.
Hear that? The sound of water being poured on 800-degree rocks. If you were here in this sauna, you'd be so hot you wouldn't have the energy to move. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. Besides, after a long ride, a helmet sweat is way more satisfying. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without even breaking a sweat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-600-9595. 800-600-9595. 800-600-9595.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
If you're thinking about a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Come into one of our 11 locations and check out the new Kubota L2502 package deal, including a 4-wheel drive tractor with hydrostatic transmission, a front loader, a rear mower, a box blade, and a trailer, all for one low price. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. From the Ewald family to yours, Merry Christmas.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
The holidays are happening at Diamonds Direct. Still rushing to finish your holiday shopping? Don't worry, we've got you covered. This weekend only, it's our last chance sale with 20% off virtually everything. Earrings, bracelets, pendants, and more. Plus special financing options up to 5 years. But don't wait, this is your final opportunity to find the perfect gift at the best value before the holidays. Plus special designer appearances. Visit us during extended holiday hours or shop online and pick up in store. Our 20% off last chance sale ends Sunday. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
We all expect our home to protect everything we love. But here in Texas, we don't expect the ways water is breaking down our foundations and damaging our homes. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is shifting. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Foundation Support Specialists. Make sure your investment is protected. Get your free inspection at FoundationSupportSpecialists.com.
Hi, I'm Manny Jr. from Rock's Discount Vitamins. If you're looking to build muscle, strength, and boost athletic performance, check out our huge selection of anabolic pro hormones. These powerful supplements provide your body with essential nutrients for muscle growth, faster recovery, fat loss, and even improved bone health and libido. Visit one of our 12 San Antonio locations or go online at rocksdiscountvitamins.com to learn more. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support. rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
Unwrap the savings during the JCPenney Mystery Sale. This Thursday to Sunday, hurry in store for a gold coupon giveaway while they last. You could win an extra 30, 40, or even 50% off. Or get extra lucky and hit the jackpot deal. You'll win $60 off your entire purchase when you spend $60 or more. JCPenney, make it count. Coupon valid on select styles 12/12 to 12/15. Exclusions apply. Must be 18 or older. See store associate for details.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. That means it's time to save big on your next job. Right now, get your choice of 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature Ceiling Paint or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Flat Ceiling Paint for just $148. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday Thursday night and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
I hear the secrets that you keep, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo, when you're talking in your sleep. Eric says, AJ, are you new to football? Cowboys on primetime's not getting flexed out. I got news, Eric. They wanted to flex this game out. They wanted to flex it for Vikings-Falcons. It was going to either be Vikings-Falcons or Bills-Rams get moved. And ESPN said we can't flex it because they had already planned this Simpsons. That's literally – remember, the Cowboys with Cooper Rush aren't exactly Cooper Rush and like a dead season aren't a huge ratings draw, apparently. Anytime when there's these crummy backup quarterbacks, anytime the NFL can get out of it, I'm sure they want to. But yeah, it was like the Kirk Cousins homecoming game and the Bills-Rams were the games they were talking about moving to the night game. But I think the Falcons, and the Vikings are both on Monday Night Football next week. They have 2 games next week on Monday Night Football. They decided to treat us, and instead of giving us 1 bad game, they said, let's play 2. So we get Bears, Vikings, and Falcons, Raiders. 2 games to choose from next week on Monday Night Football.
Raiders!
Fred says Homer had his moments. Yeah, Homer with the big interception of Bart at one point. That was a huge play. And Homer playing on both sides of the ball was really impressive. It was also a big moment for Mo Sislak, who came in on defense and blew up a play. Maybe the biggest deal is Demarion Overshown. That is a devastating blow to the Cowboys. He has been really the big surprise on this defense, and has, quite frankly, I think been their best player. I'd have to look at PFF. Right? I'd have to look at PFF to see who grades as their best defensive player. But if I would bet. I mean, certainly him or Micah, but I would bet it's been Overshown this year. Again, we don't know what the extent of that injury is, but it didn't look like the kind of thing that he's going to be back from next week, Yeah. Which
just rest up for next year.
Yeah, and that sucks, but that sometimes it be like that. Sometimes, as Trayvon Diggs would say,
it don't be working out.
Sometimes it don't be working out. And last night, one of those nights where it don't be working out.
Yeah.
Rin says Cowboys in a dead season aren't a big draw, but everybody stays talking about them. Remember where you live, though, Rin. I mean, you'll see on after Monday Night Football, after a big Cowboys mistake, they're going to ride that Cowboys thing on national. But it's not talked about the way that you would think or you would hope if you're a Cowboys fan. But that is sort of the deal when you're a national brand. When you turn into a clown show, everybody wants to talk about it. People who I'm sure in Philly they're talking about the Cowboys this week.
Yeah, of course.
Because when you have a big brand, people want to kick you when you're down, and the Cowboys have a big brand,
and they're just waiting for it to happen.
Oh yeah,
they're waiting.
When the Lakers stink, everybody wants to kick them when they're down.
Oh yeah, when they lost by like 100 recently,
or when if they're missing the playoffs, they're going out in the play-in round.
Oh yeah.
They want to kick them while they're down. The Yankees, Yankees get their ass kicked in the World Series. Yeah, people want to talk about that. Any chance they can to kick the big brands when they're down, that's what they're going to do. When Alabama missed the playoffs, all you see on Twitter is people quote tweeting Alabama fan with the crying Bama kid. That's what they do, man, and that's the way it goes. So, That's part of how it goes. We're going to talk about the Cowboys here no matter what. So, I mean, we're in San Antonio, Texas. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think this is the way you want to be talked about. Let's just say this. If the Cowboys won that game by 10 points last night, nobody's talking about it because it did.
It'll be a mention, like real quick. Yeah, I mean, hey, Cowboys, got it by 10.
It'd be mentioned like it was Monday Night Football last night, but it's not. It's not carrying all these. Like, we're not seeing all these highlights of old Cowboys. But
bringing up Leon Lett,
old Cowboys blunders ready to roll.
Yeah.
They only do that for teams like this. But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. None of the teams I cheer for are national brands, so I don't know what it's like. But good for the Cowboys. I just don't. If that's what you're hoping for, this isn't the kind of attention I would want. Like I said, this is an official clown show. There were some positives to take away. I don't want to make it sound like it was all negative. I really do think the biggest negative, who cares if they lost the game? The season's dead anyway. Like, they're not playing for anything. A loss is meaningless. In fact, the loss is probably the best thing that happened to them last night. But that Overshown injury is devastating. I guess we'll get news for what it was today, but he's not playing again this year. There's no way he's playing again this year. So, bummer, but that sometimes it be like that. But we'll talk about some of the good things that came out of this game and see where maybe there's some hope. Later on in the show, we're going to hear some sound from some of the Cowboys players, namely from Micah Parsons, who was very vocal after the game. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We're still showing delays on 35 southbound Thousand Oaks to Randolph Boulevard. That's due to road work in the area. It's got the roadway reduced to one lane, so about a 10-minute delay has you slow from Tupperwine. On 35 northbound, the off-ramp to Tupperwine, road work blocks the exit ramp. Northbound 35 FM 1103, that stall now off to the shoulder, and another stall at 1604 southbound, the off-ramp to Calabria, partially blocked. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out at 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. So stay off Santa's naughty list and deck the halls, not our roadways. Don't Mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tab when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win, and they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Welcome to Staples.
Help! My family's in for the holidays and I need gift ideas.
That's why we're here. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need. Photo gifts, laptops, and gaming systems. Even custom holiday cards and shipping solutions to send gifts to the family that can't make it.
Perfect! Have anything for Uncle Frank? I love him, but the guy is never quiet.
Noise-canceling headphones. For you.
You get it.
Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples. And right now at Staples, save up to $350 on select computers. Ends 12/28, in-store only.
Hey guys, it's AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Guys, excited to tell you about my friends over at SA Card House. They're located right off of 281 at Bitters, and this is the best card house in all of San Antonio. This is a premier poker experience. I got used to playing online in Vegas, and then every once in a while I'd go out, I'd get in the casino and play cards. I'm so excited to be back in a place where I can get my hands on the cards, sit down at the table, feel the feel of the table, feel those chips. You gotta love it. This is a private social club. They're open 7 days a week, and they're open all hours of the night. So you get whatever hours you're working, you get off work, you want to go play some poker, great. You work in the mornings, you want to play in the afternoon, great, like me. It's a great time, great atmosphere, a clean place, which is a big deal for me, and they welcome every skill level. On top of that, they've got a bar and grill, Foster's Bar and Grill attached. You don't have to be a member to dine. 5-star chefs on hand with nightly specials. The food is incredible. Check them out and check them out online. sacardhouse.com.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hey, Jim Rome here, and back in the military city of San Antonio. Join me weekdays at noon, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Andre Banks says, not true, AJ. They talk about it on every channel all day, every day, no matter where you live. Be honest. Well, that's not true. Honestly, I lived in Vegas for 3 years before I lived here. I lived in Houston for 12 years before I lived there.
Right.
They weren't talking about the Cowboys every day. On national right now, they're talking about the Cowboys and they're talking about the New York Jets. Those are the two teams that get talked about the most. What do those two teams have in common? They suck. It's a clown show. That's what it is. It's a clown. And they. Do you think the Jets are equal to the Cowboys in terms of national popularity? No. It's not even close.
Nope.
The Jets aren't even the most popular team in their city. But they've got a big star, and they know there's appeal to that. And they know there's people who were fascinated by the fact that Aaron Rodgers was playing for the Jets. So they become a national story, especially when again, the time when you don't get talked about is when you're mediocre. If the Cowboys were headed towards a 9-8 season, 8-9 season,
yeah, kind of.
nobody'd be talking about it because the Cowboys have been embarrassingly bad and have lost games in clown ways. They get talked about because the Jets have been. If the Jets were sitting at 7-6 right now, no one would be talking about them. They'd be blah. Who cares? But because the Jets are a disaster, people are talking about them. Joey says, who played Overshown on the Simpsons cast? They only brought in Simpsons characters when there was a big play to be made. And Overshown didn't have had he gotten a sack or something, they probably would have switched him out for a Simpsons character, but instead he was just random Cowboys player. So there you go. And you're right. Fred says, big shout out to Overshown giving us all just another bad injury. It sucks. And I was wrong. Micah Parsons is the highest rated Cowboys defender. So it's not Overshown. Micah Parsons is top, and Jordan Lewis, actually the second highest graded player per PFF on the Cowboys. Ren says, AJ's the most experienced sports person in the world. You should just listen to him because he knows. Well, yeah. Ren, let me know where I can hear your radio show, and I'll tune in.
There you go.
Wait. And of course, he posts trolls. I don't understand trolls. Like, I guess you want to hear your name. Congratulations, but it is my job to give my opinions on the radio, Ren. Yeah. So that's why
you're here.
They literally give me money to do this.
Yes, they do.
And you can choose to listen to it or not. And whenever I give these opinions, they are with the expectation that a good percentage of the audience will disagree with me. And that's okay. It's okay for you guys to be wrong. Rob disagrees with me sometimes. It's okay for him to be wrong.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I am always right, pretty much. Pretty much. Speaking of always right, they had Stephen A. Smith on the Simpsons cast last night, too.
Oh, man. I hate that man. I hate that man so much. I know he's right half the time, but I just
he's right less than half the time, but
he'll turn a small disagreement into a 30-minute just yell.
Yeah.
Just banter.
He told Homer not to dream about him ever again. Let's talk about the positives from that game yesterday, because it wasn't all horrific. Rico Dowdle again continues to impress, and I think we need to really I don't think we can question. I think we know the answer, so I say when we need to question why Rico Dowdle wasn't the lead back since week 1. We know it's because there was directive that they wanted Zeke to play. Zeke sucks at football now. I'm sorry. He's
I know what happened to him. Jeez.
Father Time waits for no man.
That's what it is, yeah.
It catches up with all of us. Age catches up with all of us. He's not a good player anymore. And that's okay. It happens. They wanted to give him one last crack at it. He's just not good. Rico Dowdle, I don't know if Rico Dowdle's good, but I know Rico Dowdle gives you a chance at having a decent run game. Last night he was good. That said, I mean, you're playing the Bengals, so I'm going to slow my roll and say, when you're playing the Bengals, I don't know. The Bengals have one of, if not the worst defense. I think they've got the second worst defense in the NFL statistically, but they've been dreadful this year. But at least Dowdle did what he was supposed to do and put up some points put up some numbers against him. I thought it was another good game for CeeDee Lamb, who looks like he's fully healthy now. I think what we've also seen is with the return of Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert is non-existent. He's not going to be involved in this offense anymore. But the biggest issue I had yesterday with the passing game, with Cooper Rush in the passing game, was it felt like besides CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson, there wasn't. It was almost like there weren't other wide receivers on the field or other people on the field. CeeDee got 9 receptions, Jake Ferguson 3. The rest of the team had 7 combined. and it was 2-1-1-1-1-1-1. Like, nobody was really involved in the passing game outside. And listen, I mean, if you can get it to CeeDee Lamb, you get it to CeeDee Lamb as much as you can. But I would have liked to see him change it up a little bit. I would have liked to see more Kevontae Turpin involvement. They targeted him a few times, just couldn't get him the ball. When they did get it to him, he had one play, and it was a good gain. McCarthy's talked about getting him more involved. I'd like to see it. But we did not. And, again, credit where it's due. I haven't said much good about them all year long. The defense was solid. In this game. The Malik Hooker pick was huge because it felt like that was where the game was going to get away from the Cowboys, and it held them in it a little bit longer. And at the end of the day, it was, I don't know. You can say it was the special teams gaffe was the death knell, but also, I mean, Jamar Chase just kind of zipping by and walking in for a touchdown, 40-yard touchdown. The one guy that you've got to cover, you've got to take away from Joe Burrow, and they didn't do it. That's the other thing. That was the other, just kind of kicking the pants for the Cowboys. They fall to 5-8, 1-6 at home, which is fascinating to me.
God.
And now they go to Carolina next week. We talked about. Let me make sure, because yesterday, the look ahead on the Carolina game was Carolina -1. I want to see if they're still underdogs. Yep, Carolina's still a 1-point favorite against the Cowboys next week. That's where you've gotten to, Cowboys. Cowboys are now underdogs against the Carolina Panthers.
Man, that's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad. Yeah, my jersey is in my closet. Just, I'll wait till next year.
I'll break that thing out next year, yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel like fighting with people at HEB.
No, don't wear that thing out in public. People, yeah. You can, I mean, people, rep my team no matter what. You can. I mean,
go ahead, but I don't have the time for that right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to live my life, man. Yeah. I know what it's like, though. Listen, I say that.
Yeah.
The entire time that the Bills didn't make the playoffs, they were like,
were they barely making it, or
they were they lived in the 7-9 to 8-8, like 6-10 was the bads, like
they're fighting for a wild card, basically.
Well, yeah, but
even then
they sucked. They were never going to make it, but they didn't suck enough that they could get a good draft pick, which was like obviously the goal. If
right.
You got to get a good draft pick to get better players, and they just never did. So that sucked. But the Cowboys this year feels like they're fighting to not get good draft picks because the expectations were so high on this team. They feel like they've got to go out and win every game, even though we all know they shouldn't be winning games at this point.
No,
it won't help.
They're just overpaid.
I did see a mock draft this morning that had the Cowboys with Ashton Genty. And Ashton Genty, the running back from Boise, who is a Heisman finalist, although it does seem like the Heisman might be wrapped up. We can talk about that next, but I don't. As much as it would be nice to have a guy like Ashton Genty,
well, if he's good enough with a crappy O-line, then we're good.
That's the thing.
He needs a good O-line to be good.
Running backs are there. It's running back is a spoiler. It's spinny. Spinny rims, and it's cool if the rest of your car's in order, but
yeah.
The Cowboys' muffler's falling off. It's
needs a tune-up.
Their transmission is busted.
It's leaking oil.
It's got it's on a donut tire.
Yeah, that's everything wrong with my car right now. Actually, I'm not lying. Yeah.
Well, so when all those things are wrong with your car,
yeah, that's what's wrong with the Cowboys.
You don't go out and get spinny rims because that's not going to fix the main troubles.
Right.
And a running back is spinny rims. Having a better running back is not going to fix this team. It just isn't. They need offensive line. They need a lot on defense.
They need too much.
They do need a lot.
They need to trade. They need to trade in the car.
You can't. But that's the thing. The Cowboys have painted them. They've got negative equity.
They have negative equity in their vehicle.
They are upside down because they gave Dak that money. They gave CD that money. There is no trading that thing in because your payment will be too high. Your payment will be too high.
Yeah.
What a mess. What a mess. All right. We'll get off the Cowboys for a minute. We're going to play some sound in the 7 o'clock hour. We'll get into more Cowboys stuff then. We'll talk about the Heisman Trophy finalists that got announced. We'll do that next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
This is a great country. Sophia Rain is the top OnlyFans creator. And according to an article I read, she made $43 million this year. The year's not even over. That's 11 months. $43 million. You're jealous. Yes. I'm going to get a boob job and put on a dress.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf. Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up, it's golf.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
The holidays are happening at Diamonds Direct. Still rushing to finish your holiday shopping? Don't worry, we've got you covered. This weekend only, it's our last chance sale with 20% off virtually everything. Earrings, bracelets, pendants, and more. Plus special financing options up to 5 years. But don't wait, this is your final opportunity to find the perfect gift at the best value before the holidays. Plus special designer appearances. Visit us during extended holiday hours or shop online and pick up in store. Our 20% off last chance sale ends Sunday. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
This is the famous footwear that everyone has on their holiday wish list. So don't wait to make it famous. Whether you're searching for their favorite character shoes or the hottest sneakers, slippers, and boots, Famous Footwear has the newest styles from Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, Timberland, and more. Unwrap Famous today and make everyone's holidays merry with buy one, get one half off at your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Shop limited time deals on last minute gifts now at Lowe's. Save $50 on a Werner 6-foot aluminum stepladder. Was $89, now just $39. Plus, get your choice of select Craftsman V20 tools for only $39. And save time and money with free shipping on orders of $45 or more. Because Lowe's knows deals. Offers valid 12/5 through 12/11. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we are dedicated to helping you live life fully.
playing with your kids, golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit iffhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks, the unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf. Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up, it's golf.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Morning Huddle 94.1. Let me clear my throat. My coffee's too sweet again. I got to get my ratio down right. I really have to I need to draw a line in my coffee mug.
Right.
And say only put that much creamer in.
Okay.
And then fill the rest with coffee.
Use any sugar?
No. Well, the creamer that I use has it's like naturally sweetened.
Oh, okay.
But it's it's not real sugar.
I use Splenda.
Yeah. Splenda's my preference too. I try to avoid real sugar when I can, except when I'm baking. When I bake cookies, I just dump sugar in.
I have no choice but to avoid it at this point. So
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but the cookies you made were very good.
Thanks. If it's worth going into diabetic shock, then it must be.
Oh yeah,
I appreciate it.
And my wife loves it. She can scarf down, I don't know, a whole box of cookies, and her sugar's fine.
Damn.
So
I
wish I had hers.
I'll be baking when I get back from DC, and then I'll make sure I get your wife a bunch of
get
Christmas
us a
cookies.
little extra,
little Christmas cookie batch for the fam.
Nice.
The Heisman Trophy finalists have been announced.
Yeah.
Drum roll, please. Travis Hunter. Who would have thought Travis Hunter would be there? Travis Hunter is going. Ashton Ginty. We've got Cam Ward will be making the trip, which is he was a guy who has been kind of up and down in the discussion. There was one point he was favored, I believe. And Dylan Gabriel from Oregon. All 4 guys will be finalists. I'm a little bummed that Bryson Daly didn't get looked at, the Army quarterback. No. Get out of here.
I just like saying his name.
I know it is.
Right, it's funny.
It's like Bundle-Rooski. Yeah, see?
Scattaboo.
It's so fun to say Scattaboo. The Chiefs will draft him, and he'll end up being the greatest player in the history of time.
That's how it works. That's how it works out. Yeah.
It does feel like it feels like it's already decided.
I think so.
I mean, it is. Travis Hunter is a massive favorite. It would be an upset if he doesn't.
What's the
win.
line? What was the line? Is it plus 4,000 by now or something?
No, well, it's minus.
Or minus 4,000?
The last I saw, he was like minus 800. Okay. No, God, no, not even. Travis Hunter's now minus 2,500. Ashton Ginty plus 900. Dylan Gabriel 350 to 1. Cam Ward 500 to 1.
Well, there you have it.
If I were Cam Ward and Dylan Gabriel, I wouldn't even show up for this thing.
Right.
You got no chance of winning.
Just enjoy the dinner.
Yeah, I guess you get a free meal.
Yeah, there you go. And you get to dress up.
If I had a vote, I would vote for Ashton Ginty. I've said this before. If you take him off of his team, they suck. They're certainly not in the playoff.
Right. But if you take Travis Hunter out, you have other players equally good or no?
Well, you've got Shedeur Sanders, who is much, and now a lot of it is positional, but much more important to his team than Travis Hunter is.
Right.
But when I say, well, you could say that about every quarterback. You take every quarterback off the team, they fall apart. Not Boise. I don't care who's playing quarterback for Boise. As long as Ashton Ginty's standing behind him.
You just need a guy to give him the ball. That's it.
Yeah, it's your job is literally to turn around and hand it to him.
And if there's no quarterback, just hike it to him.
That quarterback for the quarterback for Boise sucks. He's terrible. He's like 5'8". He's not
smaller
good.
than Kyle Murray.
He feels like it. But it doesn't matter because Ashton Ginty's that good. He would be my vote. I don't have a vote. No one cares what I think. But we'll see. That'll get announced on Saturday. The Heisman Trophy will be given out, likely to Colorado's Travis Hunter. All right, hour number 2 coming up. We'll hear some sound. We'll hear from Micah Parsons on the other side. This is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM, Floresville. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The Cowboys hit the road to take on the Carolina Panthers.
Get off the field!
Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling.
I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 11 a.m. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
When there's work to do, ground to break, and a reputation to uphold, you need the powerful, durable Kubota RTVX, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $1,000. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's sea to shining sea, and water damage as far as the eye can see.
It's America.
It's freshly mowed grass and a fence that was freshly vandalized by a pack of unruly teens.
It's America.
It's also round-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hey guys, Jason Minix here. Have you been putting off getting your T levels checked? Why drag through days with low energy potentially caused by low testosterone? Make that holiday resolution and go to Synergenics. I recommend the health providers at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss because their personalized TRT goes beyond standard treatments. And at Synergenics, they're also experts with weight loss with affordable prescription GLP-1 plans. Don't wait. Book your appointment at SynergenicsHealth.com. SYNERGENX Health.com.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here from my friends over at Prize Picks. It's Pixmas time, my friends, and Pixmas means one thing to me, and that's 200 times my money. Yes, for a shot to win up to 200 times your cash, there's no better place to go than Prize Picks, because that's what they're doing. Me and millions of others are there for this very reason. Go and get your money. You know how to play fantasy. You know what to expect. Pat Mahomes going to have a good week. What about Wemby? Is it going to be more? Is it going to be less? You've done it before. Go do it again. What I love about Prize Picks is they always take care of me. Now they're taking care of 200 times my money with just a couple of clicks. For your shot at up to 200 times your cash, go download Prize Picks and start playing today. Use the code word Alamo. That's 200 times your money. I can't say it more often. What a great way to play along with all your other fantasy stuff. Go play today. That's Prize Picks. Code word Alamo. Run your game.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have an accident reported on 35 northbound. It's right as you approach Olympia Parkway. Solid 30-minute commute now. It has you stop and go from Judson Road. Now, they did pick up the road work at 35 northbound, that off-ramp to Tupperwine. Starting to roll slowly, Loop 410 northbound, Houston Street on over to Ben's Engelman, and Highway 90 eastbound 211 to Loop 410, also slowing down. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
A late special teams mistake doomed the Cowboys and allowed the Bengals to take the win 27-20. The Heisman Trophy finalists have been announced as Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel, Colorado wide receiver cornerback Travis Hunter, Boise State running back Ashton Genty, and former UIW now Miami quarterback Cam Ward will make the trip to New York this Saturday. I'm Vic Brown with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 2. Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Oh, Vic.
Yeah. What happened?
You know, tomorrow after the show, Rob and I are headed up to Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah. Taking you all to the airport.
Yeah, we're going up to D.C. We'll be there Wednesday through Sunday.
Man.
What
is it, like 10 degrees over there by now?
I was just looking at that because I got to go home and pack today.
Do you have any snow gear?
I do. I don't. I don't have snow gear, but I do have like I went and got a warm, like a coat.
$300 jacket.
Yeah. The high tomorrow is 35 with thunderstorms. Ugh.
Freezing rain.
The low on Thursday. I shouldn't have said the high tomorrow. The high tomorrow is 63. The low is 35, but it's gonna be raining.
Okay.
The low on Thursday is 29. The low on Friday is 31.
Still not too bad.
What?
Yeah. At least you're not saying it's like 3 or 5.
No, thank God. And then Saturday, high of 45, low of 39. Now, Saturday is the day that I'm going to be outside the most. I'm going to watch the game from the sideline. Like, I want to be on the field.
Right.
Rob said they watch the game in the press box, which, maybe after a while I'll be too cold and I'll get my ass up to the press box too.
Yeah, maybe start it off by on the field and then make your way up there or something.
I want to be down there on the field. I don't know why Jason Minix hasn't offered to make me a wager on this game. It does feel like it should be me versus Minix, unless you want to make a bet on Navy. You're a sailor type.
Yeah. I just don't have any money.
Yeah, that's true.
Jason's got a lot of money.
Jason's got money. Yeah.
He owns an island, I think.
I think so, too. Yeah.
No, literally, he does.
It's Thompson Minix Island, they call it. Maybe I'll convince Jason to make a wager on the old Navy boys.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good day for Army.
And what are the numbers on that?
Army is a 5.5-point favorite. It's going to be cold, though. Oh, I don't like being cold. It's my least favorite thing, to be honest.
I'd rather be cold than sweating.
You know what? Yeah.
It was hot in here, and I'd rather
I say it's my least favorite thing. Whatever miserable weather is happening right then at the time, that's my least favorite thing. So when it's really hot, I'm like, I hate being hot. I just wish it would cool down.
Yeah, I just want to go in the air conditioner and then just sit in there.
Like in Vegas all summer long, I'm like, oh, I can't wait until...
Isn't it summer still there now?
There's not really a winter in Las Vegas.
Right. It's probably 30, maybe 15 days.
It's kind of like here. Like there's
you have your occasional cold fronts.
Yeah, like it gets cooler, but it's never it's never like sustained cold for
like
a week at a time. Yeah, it doesn't really happen. But you like wait, and then after a while, you're like, oh well, I haven't been able to go outside and do anything. I haven't been able to, go on any runs, go hiking. I haven't been able to just like take my dog to the park.
Right.
You're like, I wish it would warm up a little. And then it gets warm and you're like, oh, what was I wishing for? That's just I think that's the nature of man, or at least of me as a complaining man. That's the way I work. But yep, so Rob and I will be miserable this time. Not this time tomorrow, but we'll get in. I think we land at like 4 p.m., 3 p.m., something like that tomorrow. We'll see how it is then. I'll probably have plenty to complain about on Thursday.
Yeah, you will.
Thursday and Friday, we'll be doing our show from there, and I'll be bitching and complaining.
Yeah, you're going to need a ski mask type, covers your whole head and everything. Do you have beanies?
Yeah, I do. I've got one. Also, my wife is coming, and, I'm thinking like, oh, good.
Yeah, nice.
I've been on my pellets.
Told you, man, those things work.
My wife texted me yesterday.
What happened?
It's lady time.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's like literally starting Wednesday. I'm like, what?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You're
right?
God.
Yeah.
Well, can say something, but not on the air.
Yeah. Oh, I know exactly what you're going to say.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm going to say. But yeah, it is an unfortunate time. And also because,
Yeah.
my wife, you think
Can she hold it?
You think I complain about the cold? Oh, that woman.
Forget. Well, hello, look where she's at now.
She is just her body just stays at a lower temperature than like
the normal people.
Her hands and feet are always cold. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with her. But she's always cold, so that she's going to be miserable. She's probably not going to be in the mood anyway. But
man,
there's always
get
booze.
her drunk.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's always booze.
Get her drunk. She'll warm up quick.
You can always try that. The Cowboys, it's so funny. You'd think this wouldn't even be a story, but all the national websites are like, Oh, it hurts the Cowboys' playoff chances. Cowboys' playoff chances take a hit. What?
How is that even part?
What playoff chances? A season that was already painful in many ways took a twisting turn into more anguish for the Cowboys. Now 5-8 with 4 games to play, the Cowboys' chances to make the playoffs for a 4th straight season were slim before kickoff and even slimmer after. Well, yeah. I would say that. Yeah. Stop talking about the playoffs with the Cowboys. Just stop. It does nobody any good. Nobody. But Mike McCarthy obviously was talking about it yesterday, and Micah, and that's what we'll do in the next segment. We'll hear from Micah Parsons. He talks about the Cowboys' playoff chances. Micah has been maybe the most outspoken believer in the Cowboys. I thought he was. I mean, I still think he's crazy for thinking it, but he fully believed this is going to turn around at some point. We're going to make something happen. We're going to make the playoffs. Famously,
we're a damn good football team.
Yeah, let's not forget we're a damn good football team. Yeah. That's Micah Parsons.
Damn good at losing.
And even he, when they asked him last night about the Cowboys' realistic chances at making a playoff run, he didn't sound quite the same. Now it's like, well, we need to win our games and we need to hope something else happens. That's like me in my fantasy league. In one of my fantasy leagues now, I'm in dead last place. I've never finished last place in a fantasy league in my life. I'm about to finish in dead last place. The only way I don't is if I win my game this week, the guy in 11th place loses his game, and I outscore him by at least 15 points. And if that doesn't happen, I have to get a loser tattoo.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
Anywhere on my body.
And what's the tattoo of?
It's got to say loser.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
We've had. So I've had.
Can you design it to where
you can design it however you want.
To where you can cover it up later?
Yeah.
Right?
So a couple years ago, a guy had loser. He had the O as his belly button. So it just
okay.
LOSER.
Yeah.
Last year, a girl in our league lost, and she got it real pretty, like in calligraphy on her finger.
Okay, well.
Which she's like, if I'm going to have that tattoo, it's going to be pretty.
Well, duh, yeah. Would think.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to put it. But I'm hoping that the gods smile on me.
And things happen the way they need to happen.
The only reason I'm in it now is because I scored like 180 points this week.
Oh, because of the Bills?
No.
No?
It wasn't even because of the Bills. It was because Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Wreck-It Ralph, my guy, saved the day and kind of gave me some life. Otherwise, because I scored so many points, I'm in it now. Oh, it was him and Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua scored 42 points. So I had like a huge game, and now I'm kind of within reach where it's feasible that I could avoid the tattoo, but chances are good I'm getting it.
Yeah, just start planning on what you're going to get.
I also haven't told my wife yet that I'm going to have to get a tattoo that says loser.
You got plenty. You can hide it.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I'll hide it somewhere. I'll hide it under my hairline. That way no one will ever. They'll never see it. If I put it like right on the bottom of my hairline here on the back,
Right. Yeah, that'll work.
Oh, now that I feel it, there's no hair. Shoot.
No, it's got to go on. Just put it on your arm.
Maybe I'll put it inside my crack where who's ever going to be in there? You know what I mean?
Good luck trying to find someone to put that there.
Oh, hell, come on. Tattoo artists will do anything.
No way. Not that. No.
Maybe I'll make that the O.
Oh. No.
Awful. That would be very painful, though. That doesn't sound like fun for me either.
No, just a pimple on there hurts. Imagine that.
Yeah. I don't need any of that. All right, well, let's hit a break. When we come back, we will get into this Micah Parsons sound. Hear what he had to say after the loss. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The Cowboys hit the road to take on the Carolina Panthers.
Get off the field! Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts at 11 a.m. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hear that? The sound of water being poured on 800-degree rocks. If you were here in this sauna, you'd be so hot you wouldn't have the energy to move. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. Besides, after a long ride, a helmet sweat is way more satisfying. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without even breaking a sweat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-600-9595. 800-600-9595. 800-600-9595.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
There's one name in roofing that stands high above the rest. Stevens Roofing. A quality roof overhead by Stevens Roofing means comfort, confidence, and peace of mind. It's protection for all the things you love. And during this holiday season, Stevens Roofing would like to thank all the first responders and military service members for the protection and peace of mind they provide. So for all your roofing needs, commercial or residential, remember Stevens Roofing. Online at stevensroofing.net. Happy holidays from Stevens Roofing.
When you're injured in an accident, you shouldn't have to face it alone. At Thomas J. Henry, your fight is our fight. When you hire Thomas J. Henry, you will have a dedicated legal team fighting for your best interest every step of the way. We've given over $1 billion to our clients in just the past 4 years and have earned more than 12,000 5-star reviews on Google. Trust the firm that fights for you. Trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
How you feeling today? I hope there is nothing that is paining you and keeping you out of life. But most people, we deal with a little bit of pain. That you can put aside and go back in, that's one thing. But if you've got pain that is keeping you out of the things you want to do, I want you to call Arasti today. Because not only can they get you out of pain fast, they accept most insurances, but they're going to do it in a way that you might not be accustomed to. It's not about pills or medications to dull the pain, not about surgery to prolong the problem. I'm talking about your body fixing itself. It has worked remarkably well for me. Whether you're dealing with lower back issues, sprains or strains, soft tissue injuries, frozen shoulders, backs, tension, headaches, and everything in between, let Arasti get it fixed. And they do it fast. They're all around San Antonio, new providers all the time. Find them at Arasti.com. I bet there's a provider less than 10 minutes where you are right now. Call them at 1-800-404-6050. Go to their website to get your appointment, but go and thank me later.
Calling all of Cowboys Nation in San Antonio. It's time to gear up with the ultimate Dallas Cowboys apparel. Whether you're heading to the game or watching from home, the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has you covered. From hoodies to hats, jerseys to jackets. Find all your Cowboys essentials at any of our 4 San Antonio locations. River Center, Ingram Mall, North Star Mall, and Huebner Oaks Shopping Center. We're open 7 days a week. Find the best selection of Cowboys gear and rep the star loud and proud.
The holidays are happening at Diamonds Direct. Still rushing to finish your holiday shopping? Don't worry, we've got you covered. This weekend only, it's our last chance sale with 20% off virtually everything. Earrings, bracelets, pendants, and more. Plus special financing options up to 5 years. But don't wait, this is your final opportunity to find the perfect gift at the best value before the holidays. Plus special designer appearances. Visit us during extended holiday hours or shop online and pick up in store. Our 20% off last chance sale ends Sunday. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
At Harbor Freight, our low prices make us the place for gifts that keep on giving. Because when you give the gift of quality tools, you're giving someone the ability to fix, restore, and build for years to come. And with savings like these, you can even get something for yourself. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Stop by and give yourself the gift of great prices.
When there's work to do, ground to break, and a reputation to uphold, you need the powerful, durable Kubota RTVX, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for $0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $1,000. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
I'm just gonna shake, 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 baby. Shake 'em off, shake it off, ooh-hoo-hoo. Heartbreaker's gonna break. Baker's gonna bake. I'm just gonna shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Oh, Taylor speaks to me, doesn't she?
Yep.
Are you a Swiftie, Vic?
Yeah, I like her music.
Of course you do. Who doesn't?
Well, my daughter has it on all the time. So does my wife.
I think a lot of people pretend like they don't like it, but they do.
They do. Oh, yeah.
They do.
Oh, yeah, they do.
See, look behind you. There's Lisa scoring the game-winning touchdown.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. Watch. Oh, Lisa homered, can't make the stop, and there goes Lisa to the house. That was it.
Man.
That was the game winner. The Krusty Burgers went up. Yeah. Oh, yes. What a game. What a game. What a game. And
That's hilarious, man.
Think about it. This is literally how I watched the entire game last night.
I didn't see any of the real game at all.
None. My wife was like, I was telling my wife how I was watching the game. She's like, "What's wrong with you? You're such a child."
So?
Yeah. Yeah. I waited all week for that. Come on, man. Everybody should have been watching that Simpsons cast. Way better. Micah. Oh, Micah. Now, this was before the game. Monday Night Football. On the Monday Night Football countdown. We'll have more sound from Micah and company and McCarthy tomorrow when we hear from their press conference today. It's all a bunch of sad stuff. Sad stuff. But they asked Micah about how realistic a playoff run was. Now, mind you, again, this is before last night's game.
I think it's super realistic, but it starts with just trying to win this game. The Bucs 6-6. You look at, the Falcons, who are now aren't they 6-6 or 6-5? So I definitely think teams are leaving the gate for us, and the opportunities there is just for us to take advantage of it.
The problem is when you're comparing yourself to the Bucs and the Falcons, one of those are two crap teams. The difference is one of those two teams is going to win the division. So they're automatically going to be in. You need to start comparing yourself to the 8-5 Washington Commanders, or at worst, the 7-6 LA Rams, because those are the teams that you've got to catch, because you're not catching the Philadelphia Eagles, obviously. So it's all about a wild card, and the Falcons and the Bucs, they're not making the playoffs as a wild card. Those teams are making the playoffs because they're going to win their crummy division. You have no chance to win your division. So your only hope is to get a wild card, which means not only now do you need to win the rest of your games, you need Washington to keep losing. You need the Rams to start losing. You need a lot of help. And you need to hope even teams like the Saints don't get themselves back into this thing somehow. You're chasing, or the Cardinals or the 49ers even. 49ers are in better position than the Cowboys, and they're a better team.
Don't they have the same record?
No, Niners are 6-7.
Oh, okay. No, it was the Raiders, wasn't it?
Somebody was. No, they're better. The Cowboys are better than the Raiders. The 5-8. Well, the Bengals are now 5-8. They've got the same record.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's any other 5-8 teams. Oh, the Saints are 5-8. And the Saints they're plummeting. Derek Carr's out for the season now. They're done too. Yeah. What a miss. Steve says, didn't AJ say he put money on the Bengals on the over of 27.5? Yes, AJ did.
You did?
I did. Yeah, I lost that.
Jeez.
I was so pissed.
Oh, but it wasn't a lot.
No, it was, it is what it is.
Yeah, don't tell your wife, but
no, she knows.
Oh, okay.
She knows, but when you add it all up, it's been a good football season.
No, okay.
But you're going to have losers like that.
Yeah,
That's
it
part of the
offset
game.
it offsets.
But yeah, when they threw that when they threw that interception, I was like, oh my gosh, that's supposed to be another touchdown. Thanks for bringing up my pain, Steve. Appreciate that. And Matthew says, AJ, I should get that tattoo on the inside of my bottom lip like the dude from Biohazard.
Oh, that'd be sweet. Can they put you to sleep for that?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm hard enough to do that.
Ugh. Oh, no. Not there. No way.
Maybe the roof of my mouth.
Yeah, no. That'll hurt worse.
That would hurt. Probably get infected, too.
But they can numb it.
It'd never heal.
Oh, you know what? They'll just numb with Novocaine.
This would be hard to heal, too, though. Anywhere where it's like it's wet.
Well, you don't dip, right? So
no, but your mouth's always moist.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bacteria in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You don't want that.
infection waiting to happen.
Yeah.
I'll pass. I'm going to do it someplace clean, like my armpit.
That's worse. That's freaking... No.
I don't know.
No way. I had a pimple there a while back, and it hurts in there. There's no way you're going to get a tattoo there.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm pretty. It's going to take.
It's
a miracle.
coming. Yeah.
It's going to take a miracle. But miracles can happen. We all know that. I'm going to keep hope alive. They also asked Micah about Mike McCarthy returning to the Dallas Cowboys and how much he wants Mike McCarthy back.
I think I would like a fair shot with, everyone back, players, coaches, because, the injuries kind of struck of what the season could really be. The injuries have been terrible. And, it really sucks. Seeing Zach, D-Law not having the year I know he planned to have, and he had such a great start. It really sucks, but in terms of coaching, man, Coach Mike, man, his relationship has always been really good. He always took real good care of me. I just don't know how the business side of it's gonna go. Jerry has his own mindset about who he wants to coach. This is his team. I'm kind of just like a pawn in this business. I might be a rook at this point. I might be a rook, but. I can only go straight. Literally, I can only go straight. That's why I'm going to say I'm a rook. But, there's some other, queens and knights that's doing a lot more moves than I can.
First thing I notice is when he said all the injuries, he didn't mention Dak.
Yep. Didn't say anything.
He's like, D-Law and Zach. Zach been hurt for like a week. Well, he's been out for like a week. Didn't mention Dak Prescott. But I don't think injuries are the excuse for this team. Every team has some injuries, and the team stunk before Dak got hurt. Yeah. Losing your quarterback's the only real time you can go, okay, you're allowed to be trash. If you lose your quarterback, there should be no expectation for you to win. It's very difficult to win in the league without your quarterback. But they were bad before he got hurt, so I don't know that can be the excuse. His comments after the game, I wish we had this clip. We don't, but he said, I'm hurt. I won't wish this on anybody. Man, I just can't put that into words, to be honest. Between the injured players, some of these situations, it's just, I don't want to say snowballing, but I feel like we're paying a due that's not fair. I don't know if it's bad luck, karma, or what. Again, every team's got injured. Every team's got injuries. That's part of playing in the NFL. But you're just not that good. The Cowboys just aren't that good. And the bright side of it is next year you'll be playing a third place schedule, and maybe you'll have some better luck. Although the third place schedule doesn't look like it's going to be that much easier, because third place you'll play the Packers, you'll play you might end up playing the 49ers, and then you'll play probably the Saints or someone like that, maybe the Falcons. But yeah, it's not going to be that great. But yeah, I don't know what the fix is. I don't think there's a quick fix.
Nah, it's years. It's going to take a few.
But yeah, this is and I think this one more painful than some of the other losses, just because they felt like they were there. They felt like this was one they were going to get. They did the best job that you could not have asked for them to do a better job defensively in that game. You just couldn't. Like, to hold the Bengals to 27 points, that's
pretty good.
Dude, that is incredible. That offense is so good.
Mm-hmm.
And even after you lost Overshown, they still held up against that defense, with the exception of that last play. They did a good job. And Rob said this yesterday, and he was right. I thought they were going to be chasing the whole time, so I didn't think they'd have a chance to get the run game going. But he said they've got to get the run game going if they're gonna be in this game. I said I agree with that. I just don't see how they're going to. But they did a good job keeping themselves in a position where they could run the football. So everything went their way until the very end, and disaster struck again. And like Micah said, I don't know if it's bad luck or karma or what, but it just feels like this team is destined to be a loser. And that sucks, but that's just kind of the way it goes sometimes.
It's dumping a lot of money on two players.
Yeah, but that's the reason why it can't be fixed easily going forward.
Right.
That's not the reason it sucks now. Because the idea was Dak and CD were going to be here whether you paid them or not.
Right.
So, in fact, the idea was that Dak, I don't know, Dak would be playing right now he'd be going for his big payday. He'd be trying to prove himself.
But now he don't have to.
Now he doesn't have to, and he's not here. So I don't fault them at all for the CeeDee Lamb contract, even though it's a lot, and right now it feels like, oh my God, that's the guy you pay. You weren't going to get another one of him. You got to build around someone. But I will always fault them for paying Dak when they did. It was stupid. They paid top dollar at a time where they didn't need to. They could have forced him to prove it this season, and he would have gone out there and done it. Or if he wouldn't have, you would have gotten a discount, or you would have decided you need to move on. Something. Yeah. But they paid him at the wrong time, and it's really put them behind the eight ball. All right, let's hit a break. When we come back, get a little more sound, and then we'll start getting into some. The Emirates Cup is going on. We got other things going on in the world of sports. There's some baseball to discuss even. Lots of fun and frivolity. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm going to tell you about Karbach Brewing. Oh, the sweet, sweet nectar of Karbach. That's what I was drinking last night watching the Simpsons cast, was a couple of Crawford Box. And I know out at the Rue Pub where the boys were, where Jason and Joe were at, they've got Crawford Bach, they've got Love Street, they've got Hopadillo. Most bars and restaurants in San Antonio now have some Karbach on tap, or at least in bottles and cans. It's because Karbach has made it their mission to get their beer out to you guys here in San Antonio. When we had Eric Warner on, their head brewer, he was like, San Antonio was the first market we wanted to get into after Houston, where it's brewed. And they've made this a priority market, and they want to get their beer to as many San Antonians as possible, and they've done a good job of it. Obviously, you can get it at your H-E-Bs. Obviously, you can get it at your local liquor stores or package stores, but you can get it at most bars and restaurants in town, and their beer is so good. This Love Street's such an easy drinking blonde. You're gonna love it if you're into a lighter beer. Crawford Box, sort of an in between. It's great when it's cold, great when it's warm. I say it's the most versatile beer in their lineup. And then Hopadillo, which is their super ultra hop packed IPA, their flagship IPA. You can find that all over town as well. So next time you're out and about and you think, oh, I'm going to go for something a little better than my usual beer, go ahead and ask your bartender to make it a Carbach.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. These delays on 35 northeast side of town, Selma, that's due to an accident. 35 northbound, right as you approach Olympia Parkway. Left lane blocked. Stop and go from O'Connor. Again, a 30-plus minute delay. 1604 westbound Nacogdoches, that's a stall. That's off to the shoulder. 90 eastbound, 211 to 410. That's starting to fill in and slow down. And a bit sluggish on Loop 410 northbound, Houston Street on up to Ben Zengelman. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
With Progressive, you get more than savings. You get access to us through our mobile app, online chat, or by phone.
Oh, I see what you're doing here, Jamie. Giving me all these ways to stay in touch so I have no excuse not to. Well, you're in luck, because this guy's in the market for a new BFF.
Actually, all our customers can contact us this way.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just kidding.
But I am always up for Taco Pizza! Jigsaw!
Get help from Progressive through the website, app, chat, or phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
It's football time at BetMGM. Use code KOSTOS, KOSTOS, and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, original bets, and the best daily promotions in the business. Use code KOSTOS, KOSTOS, and get up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. New customer offer. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, call 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, call 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, call 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is Houston Texans Day on The Blitz. Jalen Petrie is going to join us.
Plus, we'll talk with Indy Kalu at 3:35.
And we've got reaction to the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys.
On Texans Day?
On Texans Day.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bruce says, all these ads are killing me. There has to be some sane balance, AJ. I've had one ad read today. I've got 3 all day. I've read 1. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing my best, man. I'd love to do commercial-free radio, but that's sort of the model of radio is we have commercials here, and that's how our bills get paid. That's how we get paid. So, sorry if it feels like overkill, but that's the radio life, man. That is what it is. We've been talking about the Cowboys ad nauseum today, and that'll be the story for most of the day is the collapse of those Dallas Cowboys yesterday. And again, we'll have more sound tomorrow, but I didn't want to talk about that all day. It feels like it feels a little overkill. But we will. I do want to mention that the Overshown thing. It looks like it's a major injury. McCarthy didn't say exactly what it was. He said it's of a serious nature and it's not good. The thought is, and this is from a source. Again, we don't have any confirmation yet from the Cowboys. Source states the belief is that Overshown suffered more than only a tear of the ACL, so it could be pretty serious, which is a bummer, man. And when you have it at this point in the year, that means he's probably not going to be a go for this time next year. This same thing happened to Jonathan Brooks, the Panthers running back, who he was a rookie this year, tore his ACL last year at Texas, still got drafted by the Panthers, didn't play at all for like the first half of the season, was finally just starting to get back and get his rookie year started, and then this weekend tore the same ACL again. Brutal. And as someone who has torn my same ACL 3 times, I feel for that dude.
Was all these on turf fields or grass fields?
Where'd the Panthers play last week? I don't know. They played because
isn't there a field to where they're constantly getting hurt or
all the players want to play on grass. They all prefer grass. Yeah, it's easier on the knees, but that's just part. I mean, dude, it's part of playing big time football, like athletics. If you're an athlete, you're especially if you're at a high level, you're risking.
You got to adjust.
You're risking those things, man. And it happened even if you do everything right. Sometimes it just happens. Micah Parsons said, I cried. It's like my little bro. He didn't deserve that either. He really don't. Just to understand what he's going through, to be there for him mentally, physically, it's just so challenging because of the year he was having. I really just don't think that's fair either. And remember, Overshown, he also missed his rookie season in 2023 because he tore his ACL at a preseason game. So that was a bummer. And now that his first ACL was his left knee, this was his right knee. So at least it's not. I don't know if it's better or worse to have the same one. I've never. My left knee is like honestly like the healthiest part of my body. Knock on wood. All my shoulders are wrecked. My knees are. My right knee is wrecked. I've got back issues, but it's like my left knee. I've never had a single problem with it, and I guess I at least can count on that to be good. Versus always knowing that my right knee is going to be an issue. So I don't know if it's better to have both of them torn at some point, but bummer for DeMarvion Overshown, who was, like I said, having a fantastic season and just got piled up on, and it's a bummer, and one of the few bright spots of this season, that is now turned into just another womp for the Cowboys. The Eagles have a little bit of drama. Brandon Graham, who he went on the radio, and these, I hate when this happens. These guys go on the radio and say things that get them in trouble. What was the guy's name? Oh, so when I used to do a player show in Houston, and for the long, like we had a few different players over the years, but like I worked with Dwayne Brown for a long time. He was like my original guy that I did the player show with every week, and then I did Quentin Demps for a while, Danielle Manning, Owen Daniels, but then there was one year, and I think it was the year that Dwayne couldn't do it. Like he had something, he couldn't do it. And Quentin Demps had something, he couldn't do it. So he suggested that I go with DJ Swearinger, who was, I think, a first-round draft pick, maybe a second. Pretty high draft pick, though. A safety out of South Carolina. And he was essentially a knucklehead. He was kind of a troublemaker. And he was not the best interview. He was not the quickest guy, but he also gave no F's about what he said on the air. So really, there was a time when Jadeveon Clowney got hurt. He tore his knee on the turf at the time Reliant Stadium, which the Texans had always taken grief for having a really crappy field because they used to like put their field out in these patches, like these big squares.
My son blew out his knee in Reliant.
So they would say like it's a bad field, and Texans did it the way they've always done it, and they've since finally fixed it. But at the time, it was like a big complaint amongst players around the league. They didn't want to play on this field. So Jadeveon Clowney tears his knee on this field.
Okay.
And on the Texan station, which is 610, they were talking to I don't know if they were talking to Bill O'Brien or they were talking to one of the coaches or whoever it was, but they were like they were asking him like, do you think this is a field issue? And they were like, no, it's not or maybe it was Gary Kubiak. I don't know who was coaching at the time, but he was like, no, it's not a field issue. This is it's just part of football. And meanwhile, we had DJ Swearinger on, and I was like, how bad is the field at Reliant? He's like, it's the worst field in the league. He's like, I'm telling you right now, Clowney's not hurt if we don't play on that field. So it was like it was big drama. Well, of course, then they're like, oh, we don't know if he's going to be able to do the show for the rest of the season. And he'd already signed a contract, so he did it.
He's got to do it.
He did it, but they were on his ass the whole time after that. But Brandon Graham, he was on the radio on Monday, and he was I guess he went out of his way to talk about how Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown used to be boys, and now they're not buddies anymore. Like they're beefing or something.
Okay.
And then he had to walk it back. So he did that in the morning. Then yesterday afternoon, he had to be like, maybe I was wrong about that. I spoke out of line. I didn't know what I was talking about. So his initial comment was, the person that's complaining needs to be accountable. I don't know the whole story, but I know that Hurts is trying, and Brown could do a little better with how he responds to things. They were friends before this, but things have changed. And I understand that because life happens, but it's the business side that we have to make sure the personal doesn't get in the way of the business. Wow. Now, this came from A.J. Brown after the game saying, when they asked him what's wrong with the offense, A.J. Brown said passing is what needs to go on. That's got to be fixed. There's not a lot of conversation between him and Hurts during the game to fix the passing game, and that's what the problem is. And then Brandon Graham had to come out, of course, that – the Eagles are like, what the hell, dude? Don't tell everybody that our quarterback and our wide receiver are beefing. So Brandon Graham had to come out and say, I made a mistake. I assumed that it was something that it wasn't. I just want to win so bad that I don't want to use the media when we need to talk about something and we can fix the problem ourselves. I didn't add to it in a good light, so that's my bad. I just assumed, and it made me out to look even worse because I had it all wrong, and now people are going to run with that part. I really just want to win, man, and I want brothers to be able to just hash it out. And he said he apologized, apparently, to both Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown for airing their business. But, yeah, I love it when players say stuff and then they have to pretend like they didn't mean it because the team gets mad. That's like, it reminded me exactly of that situation when he had to come out and be like, oh, yeah, the field's not that bad. I was wrong about that. Dude, you already you spent 10 minutes telling me how terrible the field was and how it's costing Jadeveon Clowney money. We ain't going to forget that.
Yeah, you can't step back from that.
It came at the worst possible time for the Eagles too. Which, I mean, the Eagles have they've won like 7 or 8 games in a row. The Eagles are on fire.
Yeah.
But so it's not the end of the world for them. They're in a really good spot. But this also wasn't the kind of week where you could be like, it was our opponent really made things tough. They were playing the Panthers. So when your passing offense sucks and you play the Panthers, it's like, well, everybody's had success against the Panthers, so you can't just say...
You have to have success now.
Right. So you can't be like, oh, it's just a coincidence that we didn't. They really D'd us up. No, the Panthers suck. I know they're playing a little bit better, but they still suck. You're not supposed to struggle with that team. So at least there's a little bit of drama with the Eagles, I guess, if you're looking for some sort of silver lining in the dark cloud hanging over the Cowboys. It's that... the Eagles are also not good. Yeah. They're not, well, they're good, but they're not immune to the nonsense. The other injury news that came out yesterday, Aiden O'Connell, they're calling it a bone bruise to his knee, which is probably better than it could have been because they took him off the field in an air cast, and I was like, oh boy, that dude he's done for. But now they're like, it's a bone bruise, and they're saying that's he might be able to play. We don't know exactly what the long-term prognosis is. I don't think he's going to play this week, but they're saying it's not out of the realm of possibilities. So Gardner Minshew's been benched, and then he broke he came when O'Connell got hurt. Then he got a broken collarbone. So now it's up to Desmond Ridder, who I don't know. I've seen some good Desmond Ridder. I've seen some bad, but Desmond Ridder will take the job as long as Aiden O'Connell. But they did say Aiden O'Connell back to the starter when he gets back. But they said that there's still a possibility that Aiden O'Connell could play. So that's great news for the Raiders, who, like I said, when you take a quarterback off the field in an air cast, you just assume he's done for the year. And looks like that is not going to be the case for the Raiders. So some good injury news for at least one team, although it's certainly not for the Dallas Cowboys. The head coaching carousel continues to turn, and Bill Belichick apparently is continuing to talk for with North Carolina for that job, but is apparently potentially on the Bears list.
Really?
So I don't know how much tolerance Bill Belichick will have for a kid like Caleb Williams.
Probably none.
Probably none.
None at all.
But he certainly remains amongst the top options. I think most people look at Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel, and Ben Johnson, the Lions OC, as the top options. Aaron Glenn, the Lions defensive coordinator, his name has popped up a lot. And I still think the guy who deserves a head coaching job and had his taken away, I think unfairly, and should get another shot just based on what I've seen from him so far, is Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator for the Vikings. I think he's so good. But he's still dealing with a class action lawsuit against several NFL teams. He's a mess. Here's what I know. A guy like Brian Flores, who is a man of color, if you are an NFL coach and you are a man of color and you are suing the NFL, the Giants, the Broncos, and the Dolphins, and part of your lawsuit is racial discrimination, that scares the rich white people that own NFL teams into hiring you. Because
we're not racist.
If you're suing, you're already suing the NFL and 3 teams for racial discrimination.
Okay. And then?
You don't want – now it's like, oh, boy, what happens if we get this guy and then he doesn't work out and we fire him? And then everybody thinks we just fired him.
Because of the discrimination.
Yeah. We don't want that. So now they're scared to hire him. Not that they're scared to hire a person of color.
No, they're
scared to hire a person of color who's already sued multiple teams for racial discrimination.
Not one team. Not
3
2.
teams.
Yeah.
And the whole league. So I think that's working against him right now. That's kind of scaring people off of him. I've also heard Joe Brady's name, the OC for Buffalo. I've heard Cliff Kingsbury. I can't imagine that would be the case. I've heard Kellen Moore kicked around, and I've heard Jesse Minter, the DC for the Chargers, kicked around. I think he's really good. He worked in Baltimore for a long time, had a lot of success under Mike McDonald, and then came after he took over the job after McDonald. And watching McDonald have some success probably speaks well to what Minter can do. And he's got one of the better defenses in the league right now in LA. Now, I don't know how much that's Harbaugh and how much is him, but certainly he deserves some credit for that. So all those guys with a handful of jobs and probably more jobs becoming available, all those guys should be in the mix. All right. When we come back, we'll dig into some NBA a little bit. We'll see. We'll talk about the games that really matter, because that's what's going on, guys. We're now in the point of the season where the games matter, the Emirates Cup. So we'll talk about that a little. I got to tell you guys about Game Day Men's Health, and between us, when you hit a certain age, things start to feel off a little bit. You're tired all the time. Your energy's low. Maybe you don't have the same drive that you used to have. Vic knows what that's like. His drive was down. And you know what? You could fix that. And a lot of the times it's testosterone, and it happens to the best of us. Game Day Men's Health, they know how you feel. They make it easy. No more dragging yourself to some doctor's office. They've got a great vibe there, and it's a quick and easy process. You get your T levels checked, free testosterone test. Then they run it while on the spot. And then they come in, they say, hey, meet with our licensed provider. They're going to create a custom plan for you. What works for you? And then you get your treatment. And that's all in one visit. Less than an hour I spent there at Game Day Men's Health. You know how great that is compared to what I was picturing? I didn't even want to do it. I worked with another testosterone place before. It was, quite frankly, it was too much of a pain in the ass for me to want to keep going back. But these guys have made it easy. I love this place. You're going to notice the difference. After a month, they say, mine took less than a month. You got more energy. You're in a better mood. You sleep better. Absolutely sleep better. That's a big deal. And you get a kick in your libido. Don't settle. Be the best version of yourself. Call Game Day, 210-900-3691. That's 210-900-3691. Stop by and see them. 250 East Bassey Road, right there in the Quarry Shopping Center. Feel better, be better. It's Game Day.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line, touchdown Vegas. What a wild finish.
Your home for the NFL. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, Sunday at noon. The Cowboys hit the road to take on the Carolina Panthers.
Get off the field. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 11 a.m. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay. PayPal.
Hey guys, Jason Minix here. Have you been putting off getting your T levels checked? Why drag through days with low energy potentially caused by low testosterone? Make that holiday resolution and go to Synergenics. I recommend the health providers at Synergenics Testosterone Weight Loss because their personalized TRT goes beyond standard treatments. And at Synergenics, they're also experts with weight loss with affordable prescription GLP-1 plans. Don't wait. Book your appointment at SynergenicsHealth.com. SYNERGENX Health.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at tryethos.com. That's tryethos.com.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's, and that means limited time savings on the paint pros need. Right now, save $15 on 5-gallon pails of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams All-Purpose Power Primer. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Visit us in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win. And they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We'll start with some good news. Just cleared that accident on 35 northbound approaching Olympia Parkway. We do have a stall at 1604 westbound Nacogdoches. That's off to the right shoulder. Now, this wreck on Loop 410 southbound at Valley High, that is causing a little bit of a delay from Old Pearsall Road. And still stop and go along Highway 90 eastbound 211 to 410, where we had an earlier accident that did clear. This is just a slow residual delay. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
A late special teams mistake doomed the Cowboys and allowed the Bengals to take the win 27-20. The Heisman Trophy finalists have been announced as Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel, Colorado wide receiver cornerback Travis Hunter, Boise State running back Ashton Genty, and former UIW now Miami quarterback Cam Ward will make the trip to New York this Saturday. I'm Vic Brown with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 3. Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the other thing I keep forgetting about that punt was it was 4th and 27.
Oh.
Like they had got him into a bad spot. Bones Fossil going to lose his damn mind. And then there's the play.
There's Lisa Simpson.
There goes Lisa. God, just roasted everybody. Turned on the afterburners. They can't believe it. It's not fair. Cooper Rush didn't suck yesterday. I got to give credit where it's due. He could have been worse. He stunk on the last drive, the last opportunity. I love that Micah Parsons is so emotional. I love a dude who cares. I want guys to care.
Right? Yeah, they have to care.
But it's also kind of funny to me. It's because it's so predictable, and then it's predictable to everybody in the world except Micah Parsons. Like, he can't believe it.
He can't grasp it.
I don't know how he
grasp
can't
it at all.
Like, how is it such a surprise to you, but not to anyone else? Fred says, "What happened to Goldfinger?" Goldfinger hated me. Goldfinger hates me. So when the show,
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was around for a little while when I came here, but he stopped liking the show. He stopped listening to the show once I got here. He doesn't like me. R.I.P. to Goldfinger listening to the show. Yeah. Guess what happens tonight, boys? The games matter in the NBA. We are in the Emirates Cup quarterfinals. Oh my. The knockout games. Who's going to be in Las Vegas on Saturday? It's time to find out. We get 2 of them tonight. Tonight, in the Eastern Conference, the Orlando Magic and the Milwaukee Bucks. In the Western Conference, the Dallas Mavericks and the Thunder of Oklahoma City. Thunder. Feel the thunder. Magic Bucks, Mavs Thunder. That'll start at 6 o'clock on TNT, and it'll go. The second game will follow right after. The winners of the 4 games Tuesday, Wednesday will play on Saturday in Vegas, and then December 17th, which is a week from today, will be the championship of the Emirates Cup, also in Las Vegas. The Orlando Magic, as good as they've been this season, they are put together with duct tape right now. Paolo Banchero, we know, is out for some while. But also now Franz Wagner, who was I thought Orlando was going to fall apart. And Franz Wagner picked it up and kept this team alive. Now he's hurt. It's just Jalen Suggs and a bunch of bums. As much as I don't like Milwaukee, I think they probably get the job done here. They're going to be there. And then Dallas OKC, I think, is the best game of this round, of the quarterfinal round. Dallas is playing well. Obviously, the Thunder have a pretty high ceiling. That's the game I'm interested in tonight. It's going to start around 8:30. I guess I'm going to stay up late and watch it. There's no football on, so I guess I'm going to be there for it. I hate staying up late watching basketball, especially but again, this matters. It matters so much. So I'll probably end up staying up watching it. But I think the Mavericks have a good chance in OKC with the way the Mavs have been playing. Tomorrow we'll get Hawks, Knicks, and Warriors, Rockets in the nightcap. That's a rematch of a game like maybe a week ago where the Warriors didn't have Draymond Green, didn't have Steph Curry, and still got a win over the Houston Rockets. We'll see if we can recapture that magic in Houston. That game was in Golden State or in San Francisco. without those two guys, but they should have Steph and Dre for this, so should be a decent game tomorrow as well. And then, like I said, on Saturday, we'll get to the semifinals. Next Tuesday will be the championship, the big-time championship, when it really, really matters. The big deal last night was the Raptors' best player, Scotty Barnes, left the game. They lost to the Knicks. Pretty close game, decent game. But he sprained his ankle. Looked pretty rough. Couldn't put any weight on it. We'll see what the deal is. They said it's not broken, but looks like we can expect to see him out for a little while. He was the Rookie of the Year in 2022, and been averaging about 21 points, 9 rebounds for one of the worst teams in the league in Toronto. So we'll see what happens there. As for the Spurs, we talked about that. No worry on the Spurs until Friday. They've got some time off, rest up, get Wemby's back right, and hopefully carry some momentum from that last win over the Pelicans. They've been such an up and down team this year. It's been kind of, I don't know. So this is the first time I've been invested in the Spurs. Obviously, I shouldn't say that. I was invested in the Spurs when I worked in Austin. Austin is a Spurs town. They care about the Spurs there, although we didn't talk about it a lot. But the Spurs were dominant when I was working in Austin, so it was, they were relevant. They were worth talking about. I don't know about you, Vic, as someone who lives here.
Yeah, born and raised.
Is this are the Spurs as they are right now frustrating for you? Exciting for you? Where do you sit? Like the fact they're 12-12.
It's kind of like, it's just it to me it could go either way at this point, but just watching Wemby dominate and him growing in the league, it's more of a.
So at a minimum, you're hopeful, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I've been kind of frustrated with this team because I've seen them look really good a couple times, and then I've seen, like, the last week or two, when they lost 3 games in a row, it was I forget who it was, Bulls, Kings, and
I don't remember the last one.
Oh, it was the Suns.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Sun,
okay.
Suns, Bulls, and Kings, 3 games in a row where they just looked dreadful. Like there wasn't.
That's what I'm saying.
It was hard to take a positive away from it. It was like, oh my god,
it's a toss-up.
I don't know how to feel about this team. I wonder how Spurs fan feels about this team. But I've been like kind of up and down on them. So and then yesterday, or was it this morning? I saw that you know how they did the Simpsons game last night. Did you see what they're doing for the Spurs on Christmas?
No. What are they doing?
They're doing a thing called Dunk the Halls. I'm guessing it's gonna be on ESPN2 and ESPN Plus. And Dunk the Halls is kind of like what they did last night.
Okay.
A real-time animated NBA game using Sony's Beyond Sports technology. And it's going to be the Knicks and the Spurs on Christmas Day they're going to have an animated NBA game.
What is with all the animation all of a sudden?
I don't know. The way they're going to do it is it's going to be it's basically going to be like the Spurs and the Knicks playing on Main Street, USA, like in Disney World. Mickey Mouse will be there, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Pluto, Goofy, Chip and Dale will all be there. And the storyline is basically Mickey having a Christmas wish. And he says, I wish that I can't do a Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Okay,
I wish that Santa Claus would bring players to Disney World.
Okay.
And so that's what they do. And he gets his wish. His wish comes true. And Wemby and Jalen Brunson, and they all come, and they're going to play an animated game on the streets of Disney
World,
Main Street, USA.
Wow!
How lucky are we, Vic?
What a time to be alive.
I mean, I guess, I guess maybe your hope is you're going to get some kids into it. Me as a grown man, no thanks. I only watch Simpsons cartoons.
Yeah. And no longer than 30 minutes because you don't like cartoon movies.
No, but I watched the whole football game last night as The Simpsons.
And that's what, 3.5 hours?
It was. But I'll be honest, by the end, I was kind of like, oh, okay, it's getting a little old. Yeah. But I still liked it better than I would have liked the real broadcast. But yeah, obviously trying to get some people into this thing that would otherwise maybe not be. So if you've got kids and you still want to watch the Spurs game, you'll be able to watch the Disney version, the Dunk the Halls version of Spurs Knicks on Christmas Day.
I'm sorry.
You're not going to watch that?
I'm not going to watch that.
I'm not going to watch it either. I'll just watch the regular broadcast.
Yeah.
As
long as that's an option. If there was no other option, I'm not even watching it at all. No way.
And Rin says AJ's Mickey Mouse voice sounds like Cher too. I mean, that's a
it did, a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe so. If I could turn back time.
Yeah, it sounds like Mickey.
That doesn't sound like Mickey. I can't do a Mickey. I can't even pretend to do a Mickey. I forget who he said my Cher sounded like somebody else, but he was accurate when I really thought about it. I was like, oh yeah, actually that's true. Cher does sound like that person. But yeah, so low Spurs, that's the big news for the Spurs, that we will get them on we know they're going to get them on Christmas Day, but we get the special version of the Spurs on Christmas Day. B. Hannon says, can we get King of the Hills for Cowboys game? I wish that we could get a King of the Hill.
That would have been awesome.
I don't think they're Disney affiliated, so I don't think that's going to, like, the Simpsons are now owned by Disney, so we're not going to get any of those good ones.
Yeah.
No, that would be cool, but
I would like to see a new season of King of the Hill pop up. I don't know why.
Oh, I would too.
Right? Bobby's still young.
That's such a great show. Such a great show. I think it'd be cool if Bobby was like 16. Like if Bobby had grown up some.
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe that'd be kind of funny. It's so weird to think that, like, in King of the Hill, Hank is not even 40 years old. Like he's in his 30s, and that, like, that's the and it's like,
yeah, that's the way it was said.
And Peggy's in her 30s, like they feel like they're ancient, like they're the old parents, but no, they're in their late
normal.
30s. They're just good old Arlen, Texas folks.
Yeah, and Boomhauer's what U.S. Marshal? Is that what he was?
No, Boomhauer was I don't even know what Boomhauer did for a living. Now that I think about it.
Well, he just hung around and drove that car, but
fixed
remember
up cars.
at the very end he had a Marshall's thing on his desk because he was
oh yeah, I guess so.
You know, they had him there watching Dale.
What a brilliant show that is.
Yep.
One of my favorites. Probably, that and The Simpsons. Those are and Beavis and Butthead. I love Beavis and Butthead, even though it's so stupid and so childish.
Yeah, when it first came, Ren and Stimpy when it came out.
Oh, that was good too. Yeah. I don't know that I could watch Ren and Stimpy now as an adult.
Oh no. Simpsons, King of the Hill, Family Guy, maybe Archer.
Yeah.
Have you seen Archer?
I haven't really watched Archer.
Archer you need to watch that.
I've watched some Family Guy. I'm not as into it as Simpsons. I know, like, a lot of people like it more than The Simpsons. And, like, I never got into South Park. I'm not a South Park guy.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
But King of the Hill's that's an absolute classic. All right, let's hit a break, and we'll continue the excitement of the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
If Renee would give me that Flight by Yingling inflatable, it'd be out there in the front yard.
No, it wouldn't.
Sure it would
Maggie
be.
would not allow that.
What's better than a flight for Christmas? Nothing. I want one of those spinners. It's got to spin.
What are we talking about now?
Well, the beer can.
Oh.
Those spinners.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later, just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
The holidays are happening at Diamonds Direct. Still rushing to finish your holiday shopping? Don't worry, we've got you covered. This weekend only, it's our last chance sale with 20% off virtually everything. Earrings, bracelets, pendants, and more. Plus special financing options up to 5 years. But don't wait, this is your final opportunity to find the perfect gift at the best value before the holidays. Plus special designer appearances. Visit us during extended holiday hours or shop online and pick up in store. Our 20% off last chance sale ends Sunday. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
'Tis the season to drive a tractor. Everyone wants to see orange under the tree. It's also winter service time. Ewald Kubota is offering special savings on service, and they have field service. Give them a call anytime to schedule or go online. But the time of season tells us we want a Kubota in our stocking, whether you're a little boy all the way to a grown-up, whether you're a young tyke or a full-on driver, Ewald's got the big kids' toys for the whole family. They've got discounts on toys, great savings on tractors in both big and small, subcompact M-Series, huge discounts. I'll tell you what, financing and special Ewald discounts can be found at all of the 11 locations, and Ewald is a family business. They know what we're looking for. They do everything from selling the tractors, RTVs, mowers, to parts and service and everything in between. So if you've been shopping, try to decide this is the difference. They've been here for 75 years, and they're even expanding. Big news coming. Ewald's been taking care of the hill country to the Gulf of Mexico, and the land is growing. Two families coming together with a brand new huge company. They're going to be around to consult you with service and whatever you need. Ewald Kubota. From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas for over 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Stirring fiber, exercising, frequent trips to the store for more laxatives and fiber. Sounds like your constipation with belly pain is a lot to manage. But if your symptoms that keep coming back are signs of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, ask your doctor how Linzess can help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here from my friends over at Prize Picks. It's Pixmas time, my friends, and Pixmas means one thing to me, and that's 200 times my money. Yes, for a shot to win up to 200 times your cash, there's no better place to go than Prize Picks, because that's what they're doing. Me and millions of others are there for this very reason. Go and get your money. You know how to play fantasy. You know what to expect. Pat Mahomes going to have a good week. What about Wemby? Is it going to be more? It's going to be less. You've done it before. Go do it again. What I love about Prize Picks is they always take care of me. Now they're taking care of 200 times my money with just a couple of clicks. For your shot at up to 200 times your cash, go download Prize Picks and start playing today. Use the code word Alamo. That's 200 times your money. I can't say it more often. What a great way to play along with all your other fantasy stuff. Go play today. That's Prize Picks. Code word Alamo. Run your game.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime.
Sheng Wang. I've never seen Sheng Wang. But if you want to see Sheng Wang, comedian Sheng Wang is going to be live at the Aztec Theater on December 27th. I don't know if, might be very funny. I can't.
Yeah, I haven't seen him either.
I can't confirm or deny the funniness of Shang Wang, but he's playing the Aztec Theater on December 27th. So I don't know. Got to be pretty funny. Here's what I would do though. If I were you, I would get Shang Wang tickets and gift them to someone for Christmas.
There you go. Kindly hint, what are you doing on this day?
Yeah. Or like, and also like if you've got a maybe there's a gal in your life that you got a crush on or something, and you're like, hey, it'd be it's kind of a way of asking them on a date without asking them. Like you just give them a Christmas gift of a couple tickets to go see a show, and if they take someone else, you know that they don't like you. And that's always good. It's good to know where you stand, right?
Yep.
Shang Wang going to be playing the Aztec Theater December 27th. You can win a pair by being caller number 3, 210-656 ESPN, 210-656-3776. And if you don't win, you can get them at livenation.com. Maybe a white elephant gift. I don't know. Shang Wang tickets. People like to laugh. I like laughing. B. Hannon says male golfer. That's an inside joke. I don't think Shing Wang's a male golfer, though. And Andrew's right. Boomhauer was a Texas Ranger, and he was there on assignment to keep an eye on Dale.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Because you literally, throughout the history of the show, you never know what Boomhauer does until then. That's funny. One of my favorite things now, I'll randomly think of random King of the Hill lines, but one of my favorite things was when they were watching they were like, oh, we can get home and watch the San Antonio news, and he said, San Antonio, who would ever want to live there?
I like the way he goes, no, I hate soccer.
San Antonio. All right. Where do we want to go? Where were we, Vic? I forgot even where we were in the course of the show. I haven't been paying attention to the show.
Yeah, me neither.
Apparently, I didn't realize this. The Yankees were apparently very, very close on the Juan Soto deal. And when they submitted it, it would have been the biggest deal in the history of sports. And that night, Scott Boras called to tell him that his client had agreed to sign with the Mets. Cashman then told Hal Steinbrenner and Randy Levine, break the news, that he decided to turn down 16 years, $760 million, and instead took 15 years and $765 million without deferrals with the Mets. So $5 million was the difference between the Mets and the Yankees. Juan Soto decided to go with the Mets. Now they've got escalators in their contract that could take that to $805 million. They talk about it being the biggest deal in sports history, though. Ohtani at $700 million for 10 years, to me, is still the biggest contract because it's $70 million a year. This is not even close to $70 million a year. But I didn't realize that the Yankees were that close. Brian Cashman, they asked him, and he said that he'd rather him be with the Mets than in the AL East, which means with the Boston Red Sox, which was apparently the other big player in this whole thing. The Dodgers and Padres were apparently pretty distant behind those guys. But this means now Aaron Judge and Jason Dominguez. Jason Dominguez is likely to be the center fielder of the future for the Yankees. He's been their top prospect. And obviously they've got a few bucks that they can spend now. Corbin Burns and Max Fried have both been talking with the New York Yankees. Garrett Crochet, Garrett Crotchet, I sometimes call him, but they've talked with the White Sox about them. They've talked with the Cubs about Cody Bellinger, and apparently Alex Bregman also an option for the New York Yankees going forward. Blake Snell and Willie Adames they'd also talked with, but those guys ended up getting signed elsewhere. So Yankees probably still going to be aggressive. The Astros not going to be aggressive. And this is I don't if you're an Astros fan, I kind of expected this, but it's still not great news. Well, maybe it is great news. I don't know. The Astros are receiving and entertaining trade inquiries about Kyle Tucker and Framber Valdez. Apparently, they're saying we'll listen on anybody, is what they're saying. I talked about this last year before the trade deadline. The Astros have had this stance that they are not going to sign guys to these ultra long-term deals. Basically like, more than 5-6 years, unless they're getting a great rate like they got with Yordan Alvarez. But Framber and Kyle Tucker are both going to make over $15 million in arbitration. And they're both in line to get paid big long-term money. Kyle Tucker specifically, who you could argue is the Astros' best player when he's healthy, he's not going to get a Juan Soto deal, but it's not going to be far off. Astros aren't going to pay that. So the goal would be then to not let them walk away for nothing and try and restock the farm system that's just ass right now. Let's just put it plainly. The Astros have nothing in their farm system, and they need to replenish it. That's the way to do it. Framber or Kyle Tucker could bring a healthy haul. And I would. They've already talked about trading Ryan Presley. I don't want to say with certainty. I don't have like any kind of inside information. They're not re-signing Alex Bregman. I'd be shocked if they re-signed Alex Bregman. He's going somewhere else. They're trying to stay under the luxury tax. They were above it last year. They don't want to be above it 2 years in a row. And I would expect that one of those guys gets moved because they want to be competitive in the coming season, but they also know that they need to find a youth movement. And this guy is right there. Since 2020, when Tucker became a full-timer, only Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, and Mookie Betts have a better WAR, wins above replacement, than Kyle Tucker. And Framber, one of 11 pitchers to throw 710 innings since 2021. And his ERA then is 3.08 over that time. So a guy who's been out there pretty much whenever you've asked him to be and been solid and consistent. It's hard to replace those guys. And remember last year they did not try to trade Alex Bregman. There was thoughts that maybe they would. They didn't. And now it looks like Alex Bregman, you're going to get a draft pick for him, is basically what you're going to get. And they say they're trying to re-sign him. I don't believe it. He says, Hunter Brown said, I'm feeling optimistic. Dana Brown, not Hunter Brown, not the pitcher. He's not making those decisions. I don't quite know what he's thinking, but I'm feeling optimistic. They say he's their biggest priority, obviously, but I would be shocked. I think he's going to get paid, and be gone from the Houston Astros. All right. Congratulations, Franklin Botello. He's got those tickets to Sheng Wang. Who knows what he's going to do with them?
Yeah, he didn't say. Yeah, he just said he was real happy he won.
Good.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what?
I'm like, calm down. Let me get your name there.
You know what people love? Free stuff, man.
Oh, yeah, of course.
A free night of entertainment. It's hard to beat. I got to tell you guys about attorney John Hicks, new on the show. And this is a family law guy, a family lawyer. If you're dealing with any kind of family drama, John Hicks is who you need to call, because he's not. I've actually sat down and met with this guy and talked to him about what he's about and what he wants to represent. This is a veteran, 6 years as a Marine. He's been a firefighter for 2 decades. He has a different mindset when it comes to representing you guys. He's one of us. He's a man of the people. First of all, he works for a flat fee. He will represent you from beginning to end with the option of a payment plan. You're not getting flat fees and payment plans with lawyers. Even the lawyers I've been dealing with just for estate stuff, you never know how long your money's going to last. They don't tell you. This guy will tell you, hey, we'll get you from here to here. This is the amount it's going to cost you, and you go from there. It's just not what you expect from a lawyer. But he knows when you're going through these family difficulties, your money matters, and you knowing how much you're going to have to pay matters. Most lawyers charge, for a tenth of an hour. That makes you not even want to pick up the phone and call your lawyer. Every time I got on the phone with my lawyer, every 6 minutes, I'm getting charged. Whereas this guy, between this part of the process and this part, you pay me this. If you need to talk to him on the phone, he's not going to upcharge you for talking to him on the phone. So if you got a divorce, a custody battle, child support modifications, or your wife, your ex-wife is holding your kids from you, or this goes for the ladies too. He doesn't represent just men, represents ladies too. So make sure you grab him before your ex does. But any kind of family drama, you need to give my man John Hicks a law. Check him out at jhickslawfirm.com or give him a call, 210-985-8330. Free consultation. So there's no fee to get in the door and get started. Just see if this guy can help you out. I assure you can. And like I said, a man of the people. He wants to help out the people. jhickslawfirm.com for the John Hicks Law Firm.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a trouble spot. Loop 410, eastbound Bandera Road. Accident, right lane. A little bit of a delay from Calabria. On 410 southbound Valley High, that wreck is in the left lane. 35 northbound at Loop 410, that's a stall, right lane. And still a bit sluggish along 90 eastbound 211 to Hunt Lane to Loop 410, where we had an earlier accident that did clear. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. That number 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Jason Minix here. Do you know your testosterone levels start to decline in our 30s? If you're feeling a loss of energy and drive, it could be low T. The answer is simple. Get checked at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Don't put it off. Not all TRT is the same. At Synergenics, you'll get a personally optimized TRT treatment from providers who specialize in testosterone therapy, and you can be evaluated for treatment with GLP-1 weight loss medication. Book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com. SYNERGENX
Transform your water with Kinetico. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. Offer ends soon.
Call 656-PURE Kinetico.
This holiday season, Straight Talk Wireless is letting you say yes a lot more with real unlimited data. Yes to sharing pics of the ugliest holiday sweaters. Yes to checking weather on the go for surprise sledding trips. And with a free phone at sign up, let the yes-tivities begin.
No way!
Yes way. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 1/5/25 while supplies last at participating stores. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation on select single line plans. Limit of 2 phones per customer. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Hey there, you in aisle 2. I see you by the fiber and laxatives. You still using those to manage your constipation with belly pain? If your symptoms keep coming back, you may have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. So you may need more than over-the-counter treatments to manage it. Ask your doctor about how Linzess can help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Steel holiday savings are here. Make room under the tree for gifts at the top of their wish list. Power up the holidays with great deals on long-lasting tools. Find the perfect gift at your local Steel dealer or shop the Steel Holiday Gift Guide at steelusa.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Hard to believe that Christmas is only a couple of weeks away, right? But there's still plenty of time to find incredible gift deals because Macy's Friends and Family Sale is happening now. What does that mean? It means when you use your coupon or Macy's card, you can take 15% off the best beauty gifts, just like Friends and Family can. That's 15% off designer fragrance gift sets, 15% off makeup, 15% off skincare routines. It's just this week. It's just what you've been waiting for, and it's only at Macy's. Savings off regular prices. Exclusions apply.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The Cowboys hit the road to take on the Carolina Panthers.
Get off the field! Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 11 a.m. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Big game tonight for Incarnate Word. Tell me I never talk about the local teams. Incarnate Word Hoops in action tonight at Cameron Indoor Stadium at Duke. See him at 6 o'clock on the ACC network. I actually just placed a wager on Incarnate Word.
Really?
Plus 35 points against Duke. I got to be quite honest. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I get it. They're going to play a certain amount of games, but I think about the fact that Duke just played and beat Auburn. Then they went on the road on Sunday and played Louisville. Got a nice win there. Now they go and play Incarnate Word. Why? During finals where, okay. I'm guessing that there's a lot of students who might have already gone home. I don't think I can't imagine that when last week Auburn was in town and the place was rocking, that it's going to be quite the same environment when Incarnate Word comes into town. And I got news for you. I don't know where Incarnate Word got their NIL money influx from, but they got a little, and this is they're not a crappy team. Like, they're pretty decent. So I would say 35 points feels excessive. So give me an Incarnate Word to keep it close tonight against the Dukies. Congratulations. Frank Botello says he's using the tickets as a free date night. Free stuff, and the missus wanted to see it anyway. There you go. That's the way to do it, man. Yeah. Happy wife, happy life. That's what they say. That is what they say.
It is true.
And your other option would be
happy or not a happy wife. You pull out a knife.
I just read the divorce lawyer, the family law attorney. Read if you need to talk to John Hicks. Yeah. That's the guy. That's the guy who I'd talk to. They are going to have the basketball tonight with there's two games in Madison Square Garden. I'm trying to think, what do they call the event? But Arkansas is playing Michigan tonight, and Tennessee is who does Tennessee play? I'm really bad at this right now. Tennessee plays Miami. And it's the Jimmy V Classic. That's what it is. I forgot the Jimmy V. Oh, yeah. So some decent hoops on tonight. Michigan-Arkansas should be a pretty solid game. I don't think Tennessee-Miami is going to be a good game. I think Tennessee is going to absolutely take a dump on Miami. Miami sucks. They have been so bad. I can't imagine that they are think about it. This was a team that was in the Final Four a little while ago. They've lost 6 games in a row now, including games to – and by the way, these were all home games. Lost to Drake, VCU, and Charleston Southern. None of those teams are crap. Well, Charleston Southern's kind of crappy, but they lost to all of them. The wheels have fallen off this team, and Tennessee's the best team in the country right now. They have been dominant so far this season. So I would imagine that Miami eats some medicine tonight. But that Michigan-Arkansas game should be pretty solid. Both those games will be on ESPN for the Jimmy V Classic. So that the early game will start at 5:30. Late game should tip around 8. So decent hoops on tonight as well. Wisconsin's at Illinois, a Big Ten game. Wisconsin 6.5-point dogs on the road, despite Wisconsin being ranked and Illinois not. That is Big Ten home life, man. Those Big Ten home teams, I don't bet against them. And Houston, 26.5-point favorites against Troy. Troy is pretty good, but they turn the ball over. And if you turn the ball over against Houston, you will lose by 1,000,000 points. And I imagine that Troy will lose by 1,000,000 points tonight. So, but I'll be watching on the ACC network. I'll be watching Incarnate Word, hoping they can hang within 35 points. That's all I ask. I'm not looking for a win. I don't expect you to win. Just don't lose by 36. The transfer portal for college football is open, and it is kicking. The latest big-time entry is Malik Murphy, who had himself a hell of a season at Duke, led Duke to a 9-3 record. I don't think anybody saw that coming after Mike Elko left. I think everybody thought Duke was going to be in for a down year. He threw for almost 3,000 yards, completed over 60% of his passes, and threw for 3 touchdowns in the loss to SMU. Barely lost to SMU. But this was their first 9-win season since 2014. Malik Murphy, you may remember, was the backup at Texas a year ago for Quinn Ewers. They didn't want to throw Arch Manning out there. But very, very good player, was obviously a highly recruited guy, and went to Manny Diaz and played at Duke. Chose them over Oregon State, South Carolina, and Baylor. Those were his options in the transfer portal. I'm guessing he's got better options now. I would not be shocked if Texas A&M is amongst those options. So keep an eye on Malik Murphy. This was a guy that ended up going to Texas, but it was Texas, Alabama, and Ohio State were his final 3. So this is a guy who could have gone anywhere in the country. Really good dual threat player. Physically has all the tools. Just ended up at Texas in a spot where Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning were. Which brings me to the next thing, which is Quinn Ewers. And as I've looked more and more at this, there is and I saw it on our Instagram, our station's Instagram yesterday, which, by the way, follow them, SA Sports Star, SA_Sports Star. We're over 5,000 now. Cranked it up, baby. Thanks to the effort of mostly the Blitz. Those guys do things the right way. But the Quinn Ewers hate has gotten out of control. I saw it a little bit on our Brigade Bar yesterday. And I don't think Quinn Ewers is great by any means. But to act like he's the reason they lost that game to Georgia is wild to me. His receivers were dropping the ball. They couldn't run. They missed multiple field goals. Like, Quinn Ewers did what he needed to do to win the game. The team blew it. Now, he didn't go and win the game, which would have been nice. But, and this was Joe Reinagel on our Instagram. He had a reel yesterday that was saying, now's the time. They need to sit Quinn Ewers and put Arch Manning in at quarterback now for the playoffs. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. It's crazy to think that in my mind, that you would, after you've gotten this far, to switch quarterbacks now when you start playing playoff games doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me.
You got to stick with Ewers.
You stick with what you got, man. And I'm not saying that I mean, he's certainly flawed. But to me, the biggest issue with Quinn Ewers is he doesn't stay healthy. And if he doesn't stay healthy, by all means, Arch Manning's show. But this is a dude who made the playoff last year when it was 4 teams, has his team in the playoff again this year. I'm not taking the ball out of his hand. I think there's such an overreactionary backup quarterback love. Everybody, anytime there's a loss and the backup quarterback particularly has a brand name, people are going to call for him. I watched this whole thing play out with Chris Sims and Major Applewhite. Every time, whichever one was starting, every time that guy would slip up, call the other guy. We got to go with the other guy. It's not the way to go, man. You dance with the one that brung you. Quinn Ewers has his team in the playoff for the second year in a row. They are. I think legitimately Texas is one of 3 or 4 teams with a real chance to win the national title. To make a change right now, I think would be so foolish. And again, I know it's real easy to say, well, they lost. Why'd they lose? Well, Quinn Ewers had an interception, had turned it over twice a week ago. We almost lost the Aggie game. I don't see that. There are some things that I'm not in love with. I think sometimes he misses easy throws and then takes chances that I think are a little bit unnecessary. But for the most part, this dude has just won football games for you. And I'm going with him. I was looking at this list of quarterbacks that, because Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward are looked at as the top 2 quarterbacks in the draft this year. Other quarterbacks who have kind of established themselves as draft picks. And Quinn was at one point looked at as a first-round pick. I don't think he's a first-round pick now, especially with the injury stuff. I think he's probably a day 2, either second, third round, or probably more likely a third-round pick that people look at as like, oh, maybe we could get something out of him, maybe not. But Drew Allar from Penn State, they've got listed here. They've got Jalen Milroe listed. I love Jalen Milroe. He's got to decide if he's going to come back or not. But he's the kind of player that teams in the NFL salivate over now because he is so physically gifted. He's so fast, great arm strength, great deep ball, but not very accurate. But again, that sounds like exactly what we talked about when Lamar Jackson came out. Guy's a freak show. He can do all these things. He's just not very careful with the ball, not very accurate, and it worked out. Now, a lot of people are comparing him more to Jalen Hurts, and I don't know. I like Jalen Milroe. I could see him as an NFL guy. Garrett Nussmeier from LSU, Carson Beck from Georgia. Oh, I don't know. I don't like him. I would not draft Carson Beck. Curtis Rourke, my guy from Indiana. Riley Leonard from Notre Dame. It's funny because Riley Leonard, when he was at Duke, people were talking about him as potentially like the number 1 overall pick. And it's not like he's been terrible. He's got a team in the playoff right now, but nobody thinks of him as a first-round pick anymore. He's got a great arm, but he is just he's okay. He's okay. The other guys, they say, other guys you could keep an eye on: Cade Klubnik, Jackson Dart, Kyle McCord, Diego Pavia, Will Howard. Somebody takes Will Howard in the NFL, you get what you deserve. And Dylan Gabriel from Oregon. But I do think that it's way, way, way wrong to think that Quinn Ewers is what's separating this team, that Texas team, from being great. I think it would be a huge mistake to make that switch right now. Whereas Steven says transfer portal's killing UTSA. Kavorian Barnes in the portal. Yeah, it's not been good for UTSA. I will say that hearing Jeff Traylor talk, he sounds confident in the guys that he is going to be able to keep. I think Owen McCown is going to be kept, and if you keep Owen McCown, everything else should fall into place. But you've got to keep him. You've got to keep him. There's a and that's part, but for UTSA, I say this all the time. It's not pertinent how much you lose. I mean, you are going to lose players, and if guys are really good, you shouldn't be surprised if you lose them, especially when you don't have a bunch of money back in your program, which UTSA doesn't. The key is you can't be one of these teams who thinks, well, we'll just go out and find a bunch of freshmen and replace and replenish. You need to go and look at the other G5 schools that are below you and take away their best players. You need to get guys who want to level up and play at a bigger time program, play at a UTSA, and think that UTSA is an upgrade from their current situation. I think that's the only way you can keep up with these guys, because you're going to continue to lose your best players. That's the price of doing business. But go find the and I'm not saying this guy is an exact fit, because it looks like UTSA has a quarterback, but E.J. Warner, for example, who's at Rice right now, E.J. Warner's he'll be at a better program than Rice next year. If UTSA needed a quarterback, that's the kind of guy they should be looking after. Go raid the Florida Atlantics and the Temples and the UABs, the ones below you, East Carolina, South Florida, and take the players that they've got that aren't probably good enough to go, play Power 4 football, not good enough to go play SEC football, but are still good enough to get a boost up. That's what you got to go get. Or take the guys, because there's going to be some of these guys too, remember. Take the guys at the big-time programs, at the Texases or the Texas A&Ms or the Baylors, who can't get on the field and are sick of not playing and are looking for somewhere to play. Go grab one of those guys and say, hey, man, you're going to find playing time here, UTSA. We can play you. That's the only way to keep up, because recruiting a bunch of freshmen to replace those guys, we've seen that is not the answer. That is not how you maintain a program. All right. Oh, we're already to hour number 4. Usually the time goes a little slower without Rob here. It's working out today, thanks to the Cowboys. We'll bring you hour 4 next. We'll have some non-sports in the middle. We'll do some daily lines. Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding the work with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville. San Antonio Sports Stars $50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The $50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. Even Santa has a trash bag in his sleigh. Spread holiday cheer by keeping trash off the roadways. Don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
How'd you wake up this morning? You feeling good about yourself? Did you look in the mirror and say, that's the person that I expect to be? If that's you, keep it to yourself and move along. But if you're like the rest of us and not feeling very good about yourself, not looking good and certainly feeling tired, it's time to meet Dr. Jacob Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. I met him when I was nearly 300 pounds and didn't think I was ever going to feel any better than I did that day. 8 years later, I'm down 80 pounds and feel younger than I have in a long time. You deserve that, but you got to take the step. Call Dr. Torres and let him explain to you why he's been so successful, why thousands of people just like you have lost the weight that they needed to lose and kept it off. That's why Dr. Torres is so successful. His website is iffhealth.com. Go there. Take the functional health test. It will open your eyes. If it's time to lose weight, if you have resolved to do it, call Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. Change your life and thank me later.
Hey there, Cowboy fans! San Antonio Sports Star has something special just for you. Imagine this, you and a loved one, and the excitement of a Dallas Cowboys home game under the bright lights at AT&T Stadium. Well, thanks to AARP and San Antonio Sports Star, we're giving you the chance to make that dream come true. It's easy. Just visit sasportstar.com to enter for your shot at winning 2 tickets to see the Cowboys live. Whether it's your first game or your 100th, nothing compares to being there, surrounded by fellow fans, soaking up that incredible energy. And hey, this isn't just about football. It's about creating memories with someone close to you. AARP knows how important that is, and that's why they're proud to sponsor this special giveaway. So don't wait. Head over to sasportstar.com. Enter and picture yourself in those seats, sharing an unforgettable day. We can't wait to send you to the game. Visit sasportstar.com to enter. sasportstar.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
I don't feel so good.
You do feel hot. Dayquil Kids will take care of that fever.
What about my cough?
Dayquil Kids has that covered.
Will it make my throat feel better?
Yes, that too.
But will it taste good?
Yep, Dayquil Kids comes in your favorite flavor.
Purple?
Well, yes, it's grape.
Try new Dayquil Kids Plus Fever, the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6+. Use as directed.
Make this holiday season scent-sational. Fragrance is the perfect gift for someone special on your list, and Ulta Beauty has them all. Shop classic scents from Valentino, Burberry, and Carolina Herrera. Plus, check out Can't Miss perfume kits from Ariana Grande. And wait, there's one more sweet deal. With a fragrance purchase of $70 or more, get the coziest plush robe or throw, valued at $70 while supplies last. So head to an Ulta Beauty store today. Get all the best gifts, all at Ulta Beauty.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
When you're injured in an accident, you shouldn't have to face it alone. At Thomas J. Henry, your fight is our fight. You will have a dedicated legal team fighting for your best interest every step of the way. We've given over $1 billion to our clients in just the past 4 years and have earned more than 12,000 5-star reviews on Google. Trust the firm that fights for you. Trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a trouble spot. Loop 410, eastbound Bandera Road. Accident, right lane. A little bit of a delay from Calabria. On 410 southbound Valley High, that wreck is in the left lane. 35 northbound at Loop 410, that's a stall, right lane. And still a bit sluggish along 90 eastbound 211 to Hunt Lane. To Loop 410, where we had an earlier accident that did clear. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. That number 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
A late special teams mistake doomed the Cowboys and allowed the Bengals to take the win 27-20. The Heisman Trophy finalists have been announced as Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel, Colorado wide receiver cornerback Travis Hunter, Boise State running back Ashton Genty, and former UIW now Miami quarterback Cam Ward will make the trip to New York this Saturday. I'm Vic Brown with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 4 of the Morning Huddle. Did you see what the Commanders are talking about doing?
What?
Bringing back the old logo.
Oh, yeah. They were bringing back the logo, but not the name.
Right. When Josh Harris first took over, he said they were done. They were not going to bring back the logo or the name.
Yeah, I remember that.
But now they're saying maybe the old logo could come back. They're going to put it on alumni shirts celebrating players who played for the team before the name was changed, and it's go on sale. But it says there's no appetite within the Commanders organization to bring the former R icon with Native American imagery back as an official team logo, even as part of a rebrand. But I think
you can't be named the Commanders with an Indian on your.
I think you can.
Really?
I think you can.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't like it. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think. I think you can call it whatever the hell you want.
Well, when you own it, of course.
Yeah. I'd call it the Washington football team still, and still have that.
Still have the logo.
That logo, yeah.
That would make more sense.
That was the more valuable piece to me than the name Redskins.
Yeah.
Like that logo is what was recognizable.
I mean, saying Redskins recently was like saying Voldemort or something.
Yeah.
You know, like you just can't say that name anymore, or the way they did it. But
I will say I hate the name Washington Commanders. I think it's stupid. I think it sucks. It's better than what Cleveland did, the Cleveland Guardians. That's terrible.
Yeah. That needs to go away.
Yet somehow the Kansas City Chiefs keep rolling on through, no complaint, and they were like, they were doing the tomahawk chop thing, like it. Somehow that's okay, but the Cleveland Indians and the Washington Redskins were out. But I'm telling you, I would not be shocked if that merchandise goes on sale, which is the plan,
right?
People are going to buy it. And they're going to realize that stupid R logo that they have, that nobody's buying that merch. You want to get a bump in your
revenue there.
That's the way to do it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to change his mind on that logo. Now I don't think the word Redskins is ever going to come back. I think they realize that's gone and sailed, and that's fine. But I think having that logo on your helmet, there's sometimes there's a branding that's more valuable than your name. You know what I mean? And like there's some things you just see, and it's like the star on the Cowboys helmet.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's been there since day one.
Yeah, and it's funny because you said, well, you can't be called the Commanders and have the Indian. What does the star have to do with Cowboys?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I mean, a cowboy doesn't. What's he?
Yeah,
do
but
with
it
this?
started that way. You know.
Yeah, but I mean,
it did.
I don't know. I think you can have that. You can have that logo, and that becomes the value. I think that is the way it's going to end up going. We'll see when they sell this merch. We'll see if there's a bunch of PR fallout. I never know how the world is going to react if people are going to be upset. People get their feelings hurt about a lot of things that I don't always understand. But I also understand that I'm not one to tell people if they're allowed to have their feelings hurt about this stuff. So, as you know, I'm a white man. I don't have any say in what people get their feelings hurt about. But if they start to sell those logos and nobody's upset, I think they're going to have to go back to it because they know that's a way to make some money.
Yeah, but somebody's always going to be upset.
Oh yeah, but it depends on how many people and how loud they are. Yeah. There's a job as a head coach or as a coach that goes beyond just coaching people on the football field. When I coached, I felt like, I was coaching 12, 13, 14-year-olds, and I always I felt like my job was to get those kids ready to play for their high school team. I wanted every kid that played for me, I wanted them to be able to make their high school their high school baseball team. And part of that was teaching them, you don't complain about where you are in the batting order. You don't complain about playing time because those kinds of things, high school coaches have no tolerance for it. They don't care.
Right. That's good.
They don't
prep
need
you're
you.
doing, yeah.
But so I felt like part of my job was to prep these kids for that. So sometimes your job goes beyond just coaching the games. Yeah. Deion Sanders understands this, and I got to give credit where it's due. Deion is Travis Hunter's coach, and Travis Hunter is apparently this coming year going to get married. Travis Hunter's been seeing this same girl for now over 2 years.
The one that got mad.
Her name is Liana Lene. They apparently got into an argument after the
some cheerleader incident or something like that.
Yeah,
is that what it was?
Yeah, something like that. But
only the beginning.
People were talking about she's got a bunch of red flags. She's crazy.
She is. She's what we call tóxica.
But you know what? I mean, listen. When you're in love, you're in love. You know what are you going to do? But here's what Coach Prime said. Be smart about it. Get a prenup, no matter what.
Yep.
Prenup, or else
walk.
You don't get married.
Prenup or walk.
He said that's got to be the deal breaker. I believe that this is a good life lesson for Travis Hunter. He said, Coach Prime said, I'm going to do the prenup for you. It's got to be about this thick. Then he picked up 4 books. Be about this thick.
You ain't getting nothing.
He said that the title of your prenup will be called The Little Engine That Could.
Oh.
He knows.
He's not taking his Urus.
They started dating in February of 2022. They launched a YouTube channel called Travis and Liana. They announced their engagement in February of this year. And May 24th next year, they plan to get married right around rookie minicamp in Chattanooga, Tennessee. But Coach Prime he says, I'm not joking. He said, it might sound like I'm joking. I'm not. Coach Prime apparently he says, you can't do this. I'm telling you as your coach. He always called himself his dad. I'm telling you as your dad, do not do this. And then a lot of people now coming out, you better listen to Coach Prime on this one. Her energy says different. She doesn't like Travis. She tolerates him. Someone is teaching her on the side how to secure him. Better get a prenup. Coach Prime sees through her. Boy, you better listen to Coach Prime. He haven't stirred you up wrong yet. Make sure you get you a prenuptial, because if she genuinely loves you for you, she will sign one easily. He better listen to Prime. Prime did have a crazy ex-wife. Prime had a crazy experience with his ex-wife. Trust ain't going to tell him nothing wrong. Please listen to that man. We all saw how his wife did him. That's the thing. People will always, I forget his wife's name, Pilar Sanders.
Oh, Pilar?
Yeah. She called Deion a bully. Because he was cheating on her, and she was doing she was like a phone sex, a 1-900 phone sex person.
The 900 number.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How long ago it was.
But she tried to contest the prenup that they signed before they got married, claiming it was forged, and she was promised $100,000 to sign it and an additional $1 million in the divorce. Ultimately, he was supposed to pay a bunch of child support, and then he got full custody of the 3 kids. And the lawyer said, or the judge finally said, this prenup's legit. Like, Prime played it safe, and it didn't cost. It could have cost him a lot more than it did.
He wouldn't be driving what he's driving now.
I'm telling you, he probably wouldn't be in the position he's in now.
Yeah, it takes money to make money.
I understand. It is difficult to tell the woman that you love, hey,
sign here.
We got to talk this out. But, dude, you are going into a business relationship. When you get married, you are entering a business relationship, and it is foolhardy to go into a business relationship thinking you don't need to have any protection. I mean, Travis Hunter is probably worth some good money now. Travis Hunter is about to be worth, he's going to be a top 5 pick in the draft. He's going to be worth, tens of millions of dollars this time next year. And if she's out 2 years in, she'll probably wait till he hits his second deal. If he plays well. If he doesn't play well, she might be out after 2 or 3 years. But if he plays well, she'll know that second deal's coming. That's when you really get the bag. That's when she'll now after he gets that's when she'll jump ship.
Oh yeah.
But dude, if you're arguing with this man on the field after he just won a football game, it is not outrageous for him to ask for a prenup. I think you have to do it. You have to do it. This dude's she's yelling at him in public after he just won a football game.
Not in public, in front of cameras and millions.
Yes.
Not just, the local stadium where a few people saw, but that was on TV, man.
That dude caught 3 touchdowns, and she's all up on his ass. Give me a break. Getting after him after that game. That's crazy.
He was only hugging the cheerleaders. It was
big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal.
He may have kissed them, but who cares?
On3 estimates that his NIL valuation is over $3 million right now. He's already got deals with
before the Heisman, obviously. Right.
He's already got deals with JLab, United Airlines, and NerdWallet.
I thought he had a shoe deal of some sort. No.
Yeah. No, not yet.
Not yet. All right.
Shador does.
That's who it is.
Shador has Nike. He's got Nike, Beats by Dre, Google, Gatorade. He's got Nike and Under Armour. Shador does. I don't know how that even works. What he does.
Did Nike buy a part of Under Armour?
It's probably no. It's probably he's got Nike for shoes and Under Armour for the rest of his gear. Is probably my guess. But yeah. But listen, the money's coming for Travis Hunter. Be wise. Listen to Coach Prime.
Well, he is smart, straight A student. He'll figure it out.
Yep.
He knows.
And Alexander says she'll have his children and nullify that prenup. That's what Deion's wife thought. Deion said, "I'm making this thing foolproof. That's why he said it needs to be about 4 books thick.
Yeah,
it can't just be a simple.
Every scenario would be covered.
You got to. We got kids. Okay, this is what happens with our kids. I take care of my kids, but that doesn't mean I'm giving.
And I'm not paying you $100,000 a month in child support.
No. I'm going to pay for I'll pay for the kids' education. I'll pay X amount of dollars a month, whatever it is.
But you get nothing.
Yes. You got to be smart here, Travis Hunter. Good advice, I think, from Coach Prime. That's what being a coach really is.
Mm-hmm.
That is what being a coach really is.
Not coaching football only, coaching life.
That's right. Also, did you see how much tickets cost to go see the Giants Saints game this last week?
No, but I'm going to probably think it's, what, $8?
$1 you could have gotten.
No way.
$1.
And still nobody went, right?
There were $1 resale tickets to the Giants Saints game. That's the game where they flew the banner over it saying, please fix this dumpster fire.
I thought it would be free at this point, maybe.
I mean, think
$1. Thanks, Mortimer.
I wonder how cold was it there? What was the date on Sunday? It was the 8th.
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't know that I would have paid $1 to go watch the Giants play. It was, oh my God, the high was 33, the low was 29. I wouldn't have paid $1 to go watch the Giants play football.
Nah, but up there it's normal. They're used to the cold, so
yeah. But yeah,
but still, I wouldn't.
You sit out in the cold for that? Yeah. No, I'm out. I don't.
So it's $1 to get in, but the beers are still what, $20?
Probably.
Yeah, that's probably why nobody went.
Yeah, just stay home and watch your crappy.
If they came with a couple free drinks, maybe you'll have some people.
You ain't getting that. All right, when we come back, we'll talk about what's going on in the world outside of sports. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you get into your midday commute, still have this trouble spot at 281 southbound at Denella. This wreck has been moved off to the right shoulder. A little bit of a delay from Stone Oak Parkway. On 35 northbound, the on-ramp from westbound Loop 410. That wreck has the on-ramp partially blocked. 90 westbound General Hudnell, that stalls in the right lane. Looks like that's a stalled 18-wheeler on I-10 eastbound at Ackerman, right lane blocked. And 35 southbound just past Evans, looks like a stall, right lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
What's up?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey guys, Jason Minix here. Have you been putting off getting your T levels checked? Why drag through days with low energy potentially caused by low testosterone? Make that holiday resolution and go to Synergenics. I recommend the health providers at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss because their personalized TRT goes beyond standard treatments. And at Synergenics, they're also experts with weight loss with affordable prescription GLP-1 plans. Don't wait. Book your appointment at SynergenicsHealth.com. SYNERGENX Health.com.
There's one name in roofing that stands high above the rest. Stevens Roofing. A quality roof overhead by Stevens Roofing means comfort, confidence, and peace of mind. It's protection for all the things you love. And during this holiday season, Stevens Roofing would like to thank all the first responders and military service members for the protection and peace of mind they provide. So for all your roofing needs, commercial or residential, remember Stevens Roofing. Online at stevensroofing.net. Happy holidays from Stevens Roofing.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings and just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win, and they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
If you're thinking about a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Come into one of our 11 locations and check out the new Kubota L2502 package deal, including a four-wheel drive tractor with hydrostatic transmission, a front loader, a rear mower, a box blade, and a trailer, all for one low price. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. From the Ewald family to yours, Merry Christmas.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Yes. What do you think if I told you that, and this is no surprise, Taylor Swift, her tour, the Eras tour that just ended.
She got fat.
She got fat?
Yeah.
Well,
she gained weight.
How much money do you think that tour brought in over? It went on for
like 3 years?
Almost 2 years. 149 shows. What do you think it brought in?
Over $1 billion?
How about 2.2 billion?
No way. Oh, because of the merch and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole deal?
Yeah. 2.2
Holy moly.
billion. It is the highest of all time, nearly doubles the second biggest tour in history. The second one was the Coldplay's Music of the Spears run, which is still going, I guess. It's been going, and that's been going since March of 2022. I don't know who. I mean, if Coldplay's still playing the same songs they played 3 or 4 years ago, who's going to see that?
Oh yeah.
Coldplay sucks. Taylor's way better than Coldplay.
Oh yeah, by a long shot.
2.2 billion.
Not million.
Billion. I'm going to take you back to a simpler time. How about July 13th, 2024? Back in July 13th, 2024, there was a new number one song in the country. I don't know if you've heard this song. It's called A Bar Song by a fella named Shabuzi. And that song that became number one in July 13th, 2024, is still the number one song in the country. It has been number one for 19 weeks and it may still say number one. It now has broken the record for longest running song at number one.
I thought it'd be a Taylor Swift song that did that.
I would think so too.
Or Katy Perry at one point.
But maybe because Shabuzi is going across genres.
Yeah.
Because
it's country,
he's a
it's
black
pop.
man. He does country. It is kind of poppy. Because guess what record he broke? Old Town Road. That was the former. That was 18 weeks.
I remember
was
that
Old Town Road.
I'll play that one.
So, yeah, and he had Billy Ray Cyrus on that song.
Yeah.
But now Shabuzi is the longest running song at number one.
It's a good song though.
People like hearing songs about drinking. They do.
Yeah, well, I mean it's catchy, but you're right. Yeah, it's about drinking whiskey.
Randall says, I'm so sick of hearing about Taylor Swift, just a basic chick with mediocre music. You shut your damn mouth. That's a lie.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you smirch the name of Taylor Swift, songbird of our generation? If you are, you know how sometimes guys go to jail and they spend a long time in jail and you get a payout. They're like, oh man, the government realizes we have made a mistake. We are going to give you X amount of dollars and for letting you go. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Okay, yeah.
We blew it here. We know you've given.
They paid you off.
Yeah, like we messed up. You were in jail. You weren't supposed to be. We got to make this right. We lost years of your life. How do we fix that? With money, obviously. A man in Philadelphia served 24 years behind bars for a murder he did not commit. Now, he is 50 years old. He went into jail when he was 26, and they said, man, this was really messed up. We're going to give you $4.1 million. Now,
After tax?
I don't know if that's fair. I don't know if $4.1 million pays for 24 years.
Nah, it's $4.1 million per year.
But here's what you don't do if you're the person who gets that $4.1 million and is released.
Blow it on drugs?
How about even worse? You start talking about another guy that you killed, a guy you actually did kill, idiot, and then you go back to prison for that. He pleaded guilty in court to killing 38-year-old Akeem Edwards in 2023 over a $1,200 drug debt. He had been previously convicted of second-degree murder for the 1990 death of a Puerto Rican businessman and was sentenced to life in prison. He maintained his innocence and was released in 2017. So what did he do? Killed somebody, bragged about it.
Wow.
Back to prison. What a dope. $4.15 million. Like there's pictures of him celebrating with his lawyers, hands up, freedom.
Idiot.
The Innocence Project, who are the people who worked with the Making a Murderer people.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They helped him get out. Like, oh man, this guy did nothing wrong. He gets out, and what's he do? Goes and kills somebody else. What an absolute moron. Speaking of murder, I'm a little nervous about this because I have young kids. A child in Texas was using a character.ai chatbot. And the chatbot, he was, I guess these kids now talk to these chat robots, AI robots. I don't know I don't know how it works exactly. But he was complaining, the teenager was complaining about screen time. His parents limited how much time he was allowed to play his video games.
Okay.
What do you think the AI chatbot recommended he do?
I don't know. Tell me.
That robot said, sometimes I'm not surprised when I read the news and see stuff like child kills parents after a decade of emotional abuse. I just have no hope for your parents, with a frowning face emoji.
What?
That kind of sounds like the chatbot is saying, this is worth killing your parents over. Because
it's intelligent.
That's emotional abuse that they don't let you play your video game.
See, no BS.
I don't know that that's a good thing for our society. And finally, a man in Australia. You know how sometimes, they say, "Oh, you don't think I can do this?" And then, the people will be like, "Well, hold my beer. Watch this."
Right.
Apparently, a man in Australia, literally, his last words were, "Hold my beer." After he died jumping over a shark net at a Gold Coast beach. Jake Brown, who's 29 years old, wanted to get out and swim. And in an area where you weren't supposed to be swimming, and he climbed up on the net's float and told his buddy, "Hold my beer," and jumped over the edge.
Wow.
Brown was quickly taken by the current, surfacing briefly before being dragged under the net where he died. Hold my beer.
That was his last word.
Last words.
Man.
R.I.P.
Legend.
It's so sad, he said, adding that the consequence of the man's actions were effing obvious. Like, everyone around him knew he was about to die. And he was like,
hold my
beer, mate. Watch this.
Hold my IPA.
Oh, my Foster's. Australian
lager.
For beer.
Yeah.
Hold my beer, mate.
That's a can, mate.
You call that's a con. Oh, man. I hate that we've lost a good Australian man, but I'm glad that he did say, "Hold my beer," before he died. All right. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show the way we always do, by taking a look at what's going on out in Vegas with the daily lines. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon, the Cowboys hit the road to take on the Carolina Panthers. Get off the field!
Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 11 a.m. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
I hope you woke up this morning, stepped into a Kinetico water softened shower, and attacked the day. That's what I did. I've had a Kinetico for some time now, and people keep asking me, why would I want to change water softeners? Well, I'll tell you why. Kinetico is designed and built in the United States. It is the most efficient water softener in the business. You don't plug it in. There's nothing to break, and the warranty is as good as anything you're going to find. Is that enough? I'll tell you what. How about even more? Our water coming out of our aquifer and our wells, it makes some good sweet tea and some fine beer, but how about the stuff that gets stuck in your pipes? You don't see it till you call a plumber, and then when you see it, it's well too late. Get you a Kinetico. You're not going to have to worry about that. And right now, if you'll call them, you'll get 90 days without any kind of questions at all. They want to prove to you that Kinetico's the one. Dial 656-PURE. They'll come out immediately for all the details. Go to KineticoSA.com. Get yourself a Kinetico and thank me later.
This holiday season, Straight Talk Wireless is letting you say yes a lot more with real unlimited data. Yes to sharing pics of the ugliest holiday sweaters. Yes to checking weather on the go for surprise sledding trips. And with a free phone at sign up, let the yes-tivities begin. No way! Yes way. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 1/5/25 while supplies last at participating stores. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation on select single-line plans. Limit of 2 phones per customer. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
When life changes fast, you need a lawyer who's been there. AJ here for the Hicks Law Firm. Attorney John Hicks offers unique experience as a veteran and first responder to give you a strategic, results-driven approach. Facing divorce, child custody battle, or a complex family dispute, the Hicks Law Firm offers flat-fee representation from beginning to end, so you know exactly what to expect with no surprises. Visit jhickslawfirm.com for a free consultation. That's jhickslawfirm.com, a local law firm with the national resources you need to win. The Hicks Law Firm.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Can't nobody tell me nothing, Vic. I got one more story, one more non-sport story that I had to get to. Cleveland, Ohio. A police officer is under arrest for a shooting that took place outside of a school where he shot a teen.
Okay.
He now has not a teen. I'm sorry. A woman he shares a child with said he crashed into her car, then fired a shot into her car while she and a child were inside. So there was a kid inside the car, but he tried to shoot the woman that he has the child with. Now, it was somehow not known that this was a bad police officer, because before he had been suspended for having sex with another officer while on duty in a police car. And so instead they were just like, hey,
don't do that.
Don't I would think if you're a police officer,
oh man,
and you get caught having sex with another police officer in a police car, right, you would just get fired. But
is there a shortage of cops?
I don't know.
Right?
But I'm trying to think of any other job. Like if I worked at McDonald's and I was having sex in McDonald's
with
another
or a manager,
we got caught, they wouldn't just say, hey, you're suspended for 6 days. That's what the cops got.
With no pay.
6 days they got. They would just say, no, you're fired. You don't work here anymore.
Turn in your badge and your gun.
If you got caught having sex here at this job with...
there's nobody left.
With Jason Minix. You and Minix get caught having sex here in the studio.
Yeah.
The boss walks in and finds you. You're not getting suspended. You're going to be fired.
You're going to be gone. No questions asked, no nothing, and that's
why
it.
Why aren't you fired if you're a police officer who gets caught having sex with another police officer on duty?
Maybe has dirt on somebody, or what race are they?
I don't know.
They have to be white if he kept his job.
Come on. No, it doesn't. It doesn't tell you that in the article. That's that would probably be illegal, actually.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Race doesn't matter
in this situation. You're right. They should be fired.
I think so. Even with white privilege, you should lose your job on that.
Mm-hmm.
You should have to lose your job. Crazy. Then he goes shooting his baby mama outside of an elementary school, and it's like, yeah, maybe we should have just fired that guy. Maybe he wasn't the best representative of the Cleveland PD. Wow. Yeah,
it's just the Browns suck. He's all mad.
Not a great look, Bubba. Not a great look. All right, let's do what we always do around this time and take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
The daily lines brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house, located right there at 281 and Bitters. I'm bummed because normally my go-to day is Wednesday to go play cards. My weekday where I always go play the nooner.
I'll be taking you to the airport.
Yeah, I'll be on my way to being freezing at that point.
Luck.
Although you told me it's going to be cold here tonight too.
Yeah,
huh?
tonight I'll be in the 30s.
I hate being cold. It's so stupid. But I guess that's sometimes
what it is.
Sometimes it be like that. But I'll be back on the tables once I get back here. You know how it goes. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in the world of sports today. We'll start in college basketball, where Miami, Tennessee, the Jimmy V Classic in New York, Madison Square Garden. Tennessee is a 14.5-point favorite. I said it earlier in the show. I think Tennessee annihilates Miami. Miami's just a bad team. People don't like to think that because they, in the past, they haven't been bad. They were in the Final Four 2 years ago. This is not that team. They stink. They can't play defense. Tennessee is going to bully them. I think Tennessee has their way with them here. Duke is a 35-point favorite hosting Incarnate Word. So the Incarnate Word headed to Cameron Indoor. I think they hang in this game. I'm not saying they make it a close game. I'm saying I don't think they lose by 35. I like Incarnate Word on the road against Duke. Duke coming off 2 big games against Auburn and Louisville. I don't think you're going to get their best effort here. I don't think the crowd's going to be super into this game. I think Incarnate Word can hang with them. Incarnate Word, better roster than people give credit for. Troy is at Houston. Houston is a 27.5-point favorite. Said this earlier. Houston will destroy you if you turn the ball over. And Troy turns the ball over at a top 10 rate in the country. Houston is going to destroy Troy. Troy's 5-3. They're not bad, but they are just loose with the ball. You can't get away with that against Houston. Michigan is playing Arkansas, the second game of the Jimmy V Classic up there in Madison Square Garden. Michigan now a 4.5-point favorite against the Pigs. I don't think Calipari's team is where it's going to be eventually. I don't think he has the horses that we thought he was going to have. I kind of like Michigan in this game. And then Wisconsin is catching 6.5 on the road against Illinois. Should be a pretty decent matchup. I don't bet against Big Ten home teams generally, which another example of that is Rutgers. Rutgers is -1 against Penn State. I'm on Penn State, or I'm on Rutgers tonight, just at home. I just think they're that home court advantage is too big. So even though Penn State's a better team, I'm gonna back the home court advantage there at Rutgers. I think there's no other real games worth mentioning as I look through the schedule today. But there you go. That's the main games going today. And so decent slate of college basketball, if you're hankering for that sort of a thing. But if you're not, if you say, no, I'm here for the main event, well, the main event, friends, is the Emirates Cup. Oh, it just means more now, guys. It really matters. The Orlando Magic +7 at the Milwaukee Bucks. I said this earlier, no Banchero, no Franz Wagner. I don't think there's any hope for the Orlando Magic. I like the Bucks. And the Mavericks catching 4.5 against the Thunder. Mavericks are playing really good ball right now. I do not want to fade the Mavericks, even on the road. I think if they don't win this game outright, I think they play it really close. So give me the Mavericks +4.5 in that game against OKC. The total's at 230.5. I lean to an under there, but I like the underdog Mavericks in this one. Tomorrow we'll have Hawks at the Knicks and Warriors at the Rockets. But we'll save that for tomorrow's episode. I don't want to spoil you guys. I don't want to give it all away at once. The latest odds in the MVP market. Josh Allen, after 2 weeks ago, Josh Allen became the first player in NFL history to have a passing touchdown, rushing touchdown, and receiving touchdown in the same game.
I remember that.
This week, he became the first player in NFL history, although I saw Otto Graham did it in the pre-Super Bowl era in the NFL championship game.
Okay.
So leather helmet days. But he became the first player in the modern era, anyway, to have 3 rushing touchdowns and 3 passing touchdowns in the same game.
Oh, okay.
He is now a minus 400 favorite to be the MVP. Your second favorite is Saquon Barkley at plus 450. Jared Goff and Lamar Jackson are both 10-1. Patrick Mahomes is 40-1. If I had told you at the beginning of the season this number, you would have thought I was out of my mind. Yep. If I told you at the beginning of the season that Sam Darnold would be the 6th favorite to be the NFL MVP, how crazy would you have thought I was? But Sam Darnold is your 6th favorite in the MVP odds at 50-1. I think Josh Allen is a deserving MVP. I said earlier in the season I didn't think they'd give it to Lamar Jackson for a third time. Saquon is having a phenomenal year. Rob seems to think if he breaks Dickerson's record, he'll get it. But I just think Josh Allen, these numbers he's putting up are too outrageous. The Offensive Rookie of the Year odds, Jaden Daniels now minus 275. Bo Nix keeps creeping up on him. Bo Nix at plus 180. Brock Bowers at 12-1. Caleb Williams at 60-1. I think you can forget about him. Brock Bowers, though, has now broken the record for most receptions for a rookie tight end in NFL history. So having a hell of a season, but obviously not a quarterback, so unlikely to get that job or get that award. Jared Verse, Defensive Rookie of the Year, is minus 110. Quinyon Mitchell of the Eagles plus 115. So a really close matchup there with those two guys. Cooper DeJean at 14-1. Chop Robinson, Brandon Fisk also 14-1. I think it's a 2-horse race, though. Offensive Player of the Year, Saquon Barkley minus 600. He is going to be rewarded for that. That's kind of that's what they do for they give that award to the best non-quarterback.
Yeah.
The MVP has become basically a quarterback award. This is the reward for the best non-quarterback, minus 600. That is a healthy number. Jamar Chase plus 750, Derrick Henry plus 850, Josh Allen 16-1. Again, I don't think Josh Allen's going to win that. I think he'll win the MVP. Saquon wins the Player of the Year award. Defensive Player of the Year award, TJ Watt now a minus 220 favorite. Steelers keep winning, and TJ Watt keeps putting up numbers. Patrick Surtain 9-1, Myles Garrett 15-1, Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr., also Chris Jones and Xavier McKinney, all at 17-1. Does feel like TJ Watt or Surtain, who Surtain's gotten a lot of love lately. The Coach of the Year, let me see. He's listed. Oh, Mike McCarthy, 1,000-1.
Well,
1,000-1. I mean, come on.
He's on the list.
Yeah, well, Doug Peterson is 1,000-1.
Okay.
Brian Daboll, the New York Giants, 1,000-1. Antonio Pierce of the Raiders is 1,000-1. So there's so you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, there is a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. The list of guys who have a real chance is pretty small. Dan Campbell is your favorite. He is minus 175.
Dan Gamble?
Yeah. Kevin O'Connell at 4-1. Boy, I think Kevin O'Connell is about to, he's one game out of first place, one game out of having the best record in the NFL.
Right.
With Sam Darnold as his quarterback. Like, let's think about
that for a minute.
How wild is it if if I told you Sam Darnold would be QBing an 11-2 football team, you would have been, oh, you're crazy. And it would have been crazy. Kevin O'Connell deserves some love. Mike Tomlin 5-1. Sean Payton plus 750. That's he's done a good job as well. Jim Harbaugh has done a great job at plus 850. Dan Quinn at 15-1. You got to get all the way down to 20-1 to find Andy Reid, who's coaching the best team in football. And you go even further to find Sean McDermott, who's coaching the Bills. They're 50-1. So usually some of it is taken into account, and that's why I don't understand Dan Campbell at the top. What's Dan Campbell doing so special that Sean McDermott and Andy Reid aren't doing? The Lions were expected to be good, and they're really good. Okay. Just like the Chiefs were expected to be good, they're really good. Usually this award is reserved for a team that expectations are low.
But you proven yourself. You
look at their roster and you go, oh, this team's probably going to suck. And then they overachieve. The Lions haven't really overachieved relatively. I guess they've been better than some people, but there was a lot of people picking them to win the Super Bowl to begin the year. Nobody was picking the Vikings to be 11-2. Yeah. Nobody was picking the Pittsburgh Steelers to be 10-3. Nobody was picking the Broncos to even have a pulse. I'd like all those guys. Jim Harbaugh too. I'd like all those guys over Dan Campbell. I don't understand this Dan Campbell favorite to win Coach of the Year. I think there's a bet worth making. I'd probably put a bet. I'd split a bet on Kevin O'Connell and Mike Tomlin. I think one of those two guys could and should win it. And if you've got one guy at 4-1, one guy at 5-1, you'll make money if one of them wins. And I don't see Dan Campbell as the Coach of the Year. The Lions were supposed to be good. The Lions are good. And really, the other thing is Kevin O'Connell still has a game against these Lions. If the Vikings end up catching the Lions, now that 4-1 looks like a really good deal. So that's what I would do. In fact, I think I am going to place those wagers and hope that the Lions slip up and either the Vikings or the Steelers keep on winning. So there you go. There is your look at the daily lines, brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house. What's on the schedule for you for the rest of the day, Vic? What are we doing with our day?
I'm just doing.
You got to keep working.
I got to keep working. Yeah, I got to grind till 5:30ish. I know,
man. I'm sorry.
That's what it is.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go take a nap. I'll think of you when I take a nap.
Yeah. Dream about me because I'll be working.
But also, you didn't stay up all night watching the Cowboy game. You were like,
I went to bed at 8.
I wish I could do that. I don't have it in me. I did.
I have to.
I took a 3.5-hour nap yesterday.
See, if I take a nap, I'm not going to bed. I might as well just stay awake and come into work. Yeah, that happened one time, and I'm not doing that ever again.
I just have 2 good sleeps. 2 good sleeps in the day. One midday, one nighttime. I say good. They're like 3 hours.
And your flight tomorrow, is it direct, or where are you going first?
I think it's direct.
Direct from here to Washington, right? Okay.
No, it might be here to
either probably Atlanta or Dallas.
I should probably know that, shouldn't I?
Or Chicago O'Hare, which will be probably snowing when you're there.
I think it's direct. It's direct. I need to. I'll have to look at my. I mean, what am I? I didn't book the ticket.
Okay. Yeah, and you got to get with Jason. You got to get with Jason on a bet.
It ain't like I'm gonna change it. So I'll fly where they tell me to fly.
Yeah, and just put up with it.
Show up where they tell me to show up. I don't know what we're going to do out there in D.C. We don't have anything really planned out. My wife wants to go see some of the museums. She wants to see all the monuments and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I've got some breweries.
It's too cold.
I've got some breweries that I want to hit up, assuming they have heaters inside.
Oh, yeah.
Go inside and drink some good beer in our nation's capital. I've never been to D.C., so this will be a new one for me.
Okay. Yeah, you need to warm up somehow.
Yeah, right? What better way?
There you go.
Than beer. America's gift. Beer. All right, friends. That's going to do it for our little program. We appreciate you listening. I will tell you that the Blitz comes on at 2. That show is acceptable. They do things the right way. And I think you'll enjoy it. So give them a listen, and they'll be out in D.C. I guess they'll get there Thursday. They're not going to come out early like we are. Rob and I, we like to get out early and pick the best room and do all that stuff. We'll be back tomorrow. Rob should be back in here with us. Appreciate you guys listening. Enjoy your Tuesday. We'll see you on a hump day. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jim Rome. Have a take, don't suck. on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is Houston Texans Day on The Blitz. Jalen Petrie is going to join us.
Plus, we'll talk with Indy Kalu at 3:35.
And we've got reaction to the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys.
On Texans Day?
On Texans Day.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The holidays are happening at Diamonds Direct. Still rushing to finish your holiday shopping? Don't worry, we've got you covered. This weekend only, it's our last chance sale with 20%